more. Getting Bryce active, throwing the ball deep and on his feet. Be nice to see that rhythm start to connect with the wide receivers and the passing game in general, because we're going to need it down the stretch.
Yeah, don't be fooled by Central's season opening 16-14 win at San Jose State. It's a heck of a win. They were more than a possession underdog in that game, but they gave up 383 yards, a lot of it through the air. So they've given up a lot of chunk plays, as Jack alluded to. And Jason, it's always interesting when you face an in-state foe. CMU has 40 Michigan natives on the roster. It makes for a unique dynamic. I'm sure there's a lot of Chippewas down there who have been fired up. Many probably grew up Michigan fans.
Yeah, it's their time to get back at the Goliath of the state of Michigan, right? So I'm pretty sure they'll be fired up more than the Michigan players will be in order to play Central Michigan. But coming off a loss, they should be hungry. One thing to watch out for is that this team runs the ball pretty effectively, and they don't deviate from it. 50 times they rushed it against San Jose State, and 40 times against Pittsburgh. So this team likes to run the ball, so this should be a day for our linebackers.
Yeah, and there's nothing to lose for the Central team, right? They're coming in here, big underdogs. Nobody expects them to win. And sometimes that's an advantage for a team like that, right? They can just play loose, cut it loose, have fun, and that loosens a team up and they play at their best. We know at Michigan, whether you're playing Ohio State or Central Michigan, you're getting every team's best. A lot of Michigan natives from the Chippewas here. They're going to have a lot of fun today. You know that.
We'll get these guys' thoughts on what we think we'll be talking about in postgame after the Wolverines non-conference finale, which is coming up at 12:01, less than a half an hour away. Michigan and CMU. This is Wolverines football from Learfield.
Win with UMCU. Score a financial touchdown with the University of Michigan Credit Union's Go Blue checking account and get your exclusive Block M debit card for the extra point. UMCU's Go Blue checking account comes with no minimum balance, no hidden fees, and with the Block M debit card, you can show off your maize and blue wherever you go. Join today, Michigan fans. Visit umcu.org. That's umcu.org. UMCU is insured by NCUA.
When people yell, "Go Blue," most people think of the Michigan Wolverines. Hail to the victors, the maize and blue. But what does Go Blue mean in the liquor store? It means go for a long drink. Go for the blue can with undefeated flavor, a refreshing mix of citrus, sparkling soda, and a kick of real liquor. So go blue. Then go blue. For the Wolverines, we mean long drink. Proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. 5.5% alcohol by volume. Gin with natural flavors. Copyright 2024. The Long Drink Company, Carmel, Indiana. Please enjoy responsibly.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Hands off to Rob Lido, and it is! There it is! Oh, Rob Lido!
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
He's coming. Here he goes. Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Introducing Celsius, the energy you need for Michigan football. Pop open a can of Celsius and experience a refreshing taste made with proven ingredients, zero sugar, and essential vitamins, helping you keep up with every play and celebration. Whether you're in the big house or cheering from your couch, Celsius keeps you energized for every quarter. Find Celsius at a retailer near you or at Celsius.com. Celsius. Live fit. Go.
Middle of the week conversation with head coach Sherrone Moore. But guys, let's talk about what we think we're going to be discussing in the post-game show. Jack Miller, what do you size up as some of the potential storylines 4 hours from now?
Bryce Underwood, either way. Either, they unleash him a little bit and he makes some big plays and gets back into that rhythm that we saw week one. I think the fans are going to be calling for Chip Lindsey to open up the playbook and them to try to find the passing game and the receivers down the field. If they don't, we'll be talking about it. If they do, we'll be talking about it. I look forward to the defense playing a physical game. Central's going to try to run the ball. I think the defensive line's going to have a big day. But it's really going to be what happens with Bryce today, good or bad. Do we open it up? Does he get some action and find that rhythm in the passing game or not? We'll find out.
Talking about me staying in my lane, you just covered the whole team. You want to tell us the coaches and the punter and everything too?
Jason, usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, come on, Jason. Finally. What are we going to be talking about with Hudson Hollenbeck?
Yeah, right. I think we're going to be talking about the linebackers for sure. This team will refuses to go away from the run game. So I think our linebackers should make a lot of plays. Look forward to seeing what Cole Sullivan, Jayshon Barham does. So I think it'll be our linebackers.
Well, I've met our crew before. We got 2 offensive linemen, so we will be talking about the O-line. I also think with some of the questionables in that Michigan defense, will there be a guy who takes one of those steps? Remember last year, Mason Curtis made a couple plays, then he was a focal point the next week. Michigan fans didn't know a ton about him. Maybe it's Troy Bowles or Damon Payne who's graded out well the first couple of weeks. I think they'll be one of those depth piece defensive players who makes a big impact. We'll do it for you after this one, Michigan and Central Michigan from the Big House. Rob Joyce has a check of the out-of-town scoreboard when we continue here on the pregame show, presented by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm and proud partner of Michigan Athletics. This is Wolverines football from Learfield.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of the University of Michigan. Michael Hanna, 150 West Jefferson Avenue, Detroit, Michigan, 48226.
Michigan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Hail to the victors. This is Wolverines football from Learfield.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone or just taking a deep, calming breath to ground yourself. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We're back at the Big House for a non-conference game against our friends from up the road in Mount Pleasant. Before the teams take the field, I'm joined by Andy Hetzel from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Hi, Andy.
Hi, Doug. What a great day for Michigan football.
I agree, Andy. While our attention turns to football on Saturdays, the affordability of healthcare is always on everyone's mind. We see medical costs rising above the rate of inflation, health insurance costs going up as a result, and even some new drugs coming out to our healthcare system with prices over $4 million for one patient's treatment.
Doug, it's important to recognize that the challenges you just outlined are a nationwide issue that affects every part of our healthcare system.
That system includes hospitals, doctors, specialists, drug companies, the government, and health insurance companies like Blue Cross.
That's right, but it's important to note that we all serve the same people. And if the system is out of balance, patients who need healthcare often suffer as a result.
That's such an important point, Andy.
Doug, it's hard for people to access care they need when they can't afford health insurance. But insurance costs are at the end of the equation. The beginning is the cost of the system, the cost of medical care, drugs, technology, administration. In Michigan, we are seeing health insurance costs for individuals and employers rise by well over 10% a year because of upstream cost pressures in the system, like that $4 million drug. This is not sustainable, and the people we serve need a system-wide solution.
Andy, we've highlighted Blue Cross's partnerships with doctors and hospitals across many different programs. You've done this for a long time. Improving health care quality on a system-wide basis. Is partnering a solution here?
We believe it is, Doug. People aren't interested in big companies fighting with each other when they are stuck in the middle. We need to work together to find solutions on behalf of the people we all serve.
There's great information on this issue and what Blue Cross is doing about it online at mibluedaily.com/affordability. Thank you, Andy.
Thanks, Doug. Go Blue.
Counting it down to Michigan and Central Michigan. 12:01 our start from the Big House. Rob Joyce with you in the network studios with our first check around the rest of college football. A lot in the Big Ten today, including 4 other noon kicks. We'll start with Wisconsin, who heads to number 19 Alabama. The Tide won in Camp Randall last year. First Big Ten game of the season at noon. Northwestern against Oregon in Evanston. Nebraska and Maryland also play at noon against FCS competition. Michigan State, Penn State, Rutgers also play FCS foes all at 3:30, along with Purdue and USC opening up the conference slate against one another at Ross-Ade. Then tonight, Ohio State welcomes in Ohio at 7. Illinois in the top 10 of the polls at home against Western Michigan. 7:30, Iowa hosts UMass. And then at 10 o'clock tonight out west, Minnesota takes on Cal on the road. 13 games in the conference today. That doesn't include UCLA losing, Indiana winning last night. Nationally, 3 marquee matchups at 3:30. Number 15 Tennessee hosts 6th-ranked Georgia. Newly ranked number 18 South Florida trying to knock off its 3rd-ranked opponent in as many weeks, traveling to 5th-ranked Miami. That's at 4:30. 7:30 tonight, number 8 Notre Dame tries to avoid an 0-2 start, hosting 16th-ranked Texas A&M. Again, Michigan and CMU in a few minutes. We'll get the thoughts of head coach Sharon Moore. He chatted with Doug earlier this week. You'll hear that conversation next as you listen to Michigan football from Learfield.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield.
Lions fans have even more to cheer about with the new Detroit Lions games from the Michigan Lottery.
Rah, rah, rah.
Featuring a roster of fan favorites, instant ticket, pull tab, fast cash, and online play. You could win prizes up to $500,000.
Our Lions victory.
With the new Detroit Lions games, only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Hey, Wolverine fans. As you head into the Big House this season, cheers with a toast to Michigan-made excellence. Founded by U of M alums Susan and Will Bramer, Laurentide Winery is proud to debut their award-winning amazing wines as the house wines of the Big House. 100% grown in Leelanau, crafted with passion, and perfect for your game day celebrations. You can find our wine on the concourse, club, or suites menus. Explore shop.laurentidewinery.com to learn more. Thank you, and go Blue.
Touchdown!
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go, go!
Run, James!
No, first base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Taping with Coach the Thursday before the game. Coach, a lot of life is how you respond to adversity. Trey Williams, one of your players, said this week, it's not a loss, it's a lesson. So what do you take most out of the lesson that was Oklahoma?
Yeah, like he said, it's a huge lesson for us of how to get better. We learn things in every phase, and offensively, the guys just want to be more consistent. They practice with more consistency this week, and you look forward to seeing that come to fruition on the field. Defensively, we thought we wanted to tackle better and really emphasize that even more. Every day that's emphasized, but when they watch it and come to fruition in the game, that's something you want to really hinder upon and keep attacking. And special teams wise, just consistency as well. So overall as a team, practice was incredible this week. The guys were flying around with great energy, and just excited to see what they do on Saturday.
So there was a players only meeting, which can be very helpful, but you weren't in it because it was players only. But what did you hear?
Well, all I know is I had my captain's meeting, and they told me that they'd like to have a players only meeting. And so we had our Monday meeting and reviewed kind of the good, the bad of the game, and let the coaches all had to leave. And from what I heard, it was very powerful. the captains really talked and came from the heart and talked about the responsibility that they need to have and the players need to have and we all need to have for this program. And, it showed in the practices through this week.
All right, let's talk a little bit about your team, and we'll start with the man who's going to lead him on Saturday, Biff Poggi. Tell the people that don't know much about Biff what kind of guy and what kind of coach is Biff.
Great human being, great coach, great person, cares about the players most importantly. So, been with us on and off here since 2021, and, obviously led a program himself, but really just looking to do everything he can to help the players and put them in a great position to be successful.
I know you guys talk game plan all along, but you were in this position a couple years ago. Do you think there'll be any point that Biff does something that Coach Giroux was like, wait, no, don't do that?
I don't think so. We've got a pretty good game plan we think we should execute, but it's going to be, really important for the coordinators to take hone on each side of the ball and really attack the defense or the offense.
Talking with Chip Lindsey earlier in the week, your offensive coordinator, he talked about Bryce's development. How much is Bryce's success predicated on pre-snap, knowing what to do pre-snap, right protections, what play to be in?
I mean, that's probably about 50% of it, pre-snap, post-snap, and understanding, and we can help them with the different things we do. And I think we've done a lot this week to make it simpler and make it easier for him and for everybody so that they can go execute and have fun.
The running game, the explosives are there, man. I mean, you guys have had some big runs, but how do you turn the 2s and 3s into 5s and 6s for more consistency?
Yeah, finishing. First play of the game to the last, consistent finishing, great technique, pad level, knee bend, all the things we talk about in the run game. And the running backs are running hard, but we got to finish everywhere else.
You mentioned defensively an emphasis on tackling. Any other changes or anything to look for this week against Central?
You know what? Scheme-wise, there's scheme is always something that people always talk about. For us, I love our scheme. I love what we do. And we talked about the how, not the what, because when you call a blitz and there's a guy free runner at the quarterback, like, we got to make the play. And those are the things that we've got to clean up. Those are the things we got to make sure we do. We got eliminate the pre-snap penalties. And if we do that, we'll have a really good defense.
More with Coach Moore when we continue. You're listening to Michigan Football from Learfield.
We asked our team, why did you choose to work for Michigan Medicine? Here are some of their answers.
Being able to interact with patients, offer them hope, and hopefully giving them care that they couldn't receive anywhere else is the biggest thing.
Because it's the best of the best. We have great benefits. We have great leadership.
I love what I do. This is a place where you want to be if you're looking to make change.
To our team, we say, thank you for choosing us. We shape the future of healthcare together at Michigan Medicine.
Michigan fans, kickoff is right around the corner, and Buddy's, the original Detroit-style pizza since 1946, has the best corners in the game. With its iconic square shape and crispy, crunchy corners, Buddy's is a proud partner of Michigan Athletics. Handcrafted daily with Wisconsin brick cheese, fresh toppings, and sauce on top. Whether you're tailgating at the Big House or watching from the best seat in your house, start game day off right with Buddy's. Get 10% off your order right now at buddyspizza.com with promo code 10OFF.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
Coach, you were at Central Michigan as an assistant coach when the Chippewas, they took down big boys. So you know how they're wired. Yep. Oklahoma State, Purdue, and Kansas, I believe, while you were there. How does this program have that part of their DNA?
Just great tradition, great history. So, being there for 4 years, I know the mindset that they're going to have, that they're not scared of the helmet, that they're going to come in and play their hardest. They're going to come in with a great plan. So, we've prepared like it's another great opponent. You can't prepare, and you can't helmet watch on either side of the ball. Logos don't matter in college football anymore. So we've done a really good job. I think coaches, first of all, and then the players buying into that fact and understand you're playing a good football team.
They use quarterbacks like I've never seen a team use quarterbacks. Some quarterbacks get series, but they have 3, and they might play one on first down, one on second down, one on third down. How do you prepare for that?
You just have to have a plan that can then handle every situation, and the defense has done a really good job preparing for that, understanding the strengths and weaknesses of each player and how we've got to adapt to it. So it'll be a great challenge for us.
2, 15, and 7. Are they any different?
Yeah, I mean, 2 is more of the thrower. They all can throw, but 2 is more of the thrower. 15 is more of the runner, and then 7's got a little bit of both. So there's some differences and scheme wise, different things that they run with each of them.
All right, they're going to want to run the ball. They had 50 carries in week 1, 40 carries in week 2. What do you see out of their running game?
Yeah, strong, powerful, downhill. They are A-gap power. They are a lead zone. They're a lead pin pull to get on the edges. It's not super, difficult to see what they're doing, but you got to stop it.
Final thing, you've mentioned some of those points of emphasis. Number 1 on the list, of course, win the game, but what are some other boxes you'd like to see checked Saturday?
Yeah, consistent execution in all 3 phases. Clean football, pre-snap penalties, eliminate those, and then take care of the football.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Michigan coach Sharon Moore. We'll hear from Biff Poggi after the game. You're listening to Michigan Football from Learfield.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of the University of Michigan. Michael Hanna, 150 West Jefferson Avenue, Detroit, Michigan, 48226.
Experiencing a Wolverines game is a lot like life. We honor traditions. We shed tears for a loss, but also for a win. And every time we step on the field, it's a chance for greatness. Farm Bureau Insurance sees the connection and is a proud sponsor of University of Michigan athletics. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
A loss is the best way to find out who your team is.
There was no joking around, no playing around. Sunday, everybody came in ready to work.
We're a very connected team. We're going to be just fine, and we just got to continue to keep improving on the little minute details that we need to improve on.
Because we have the skill, we have the talent to go be good.
Coaches, we got to coach them better. The players, they got to play better, and everyone's got to be culpable.
The little things you do every play is just being really detailed.
And just be more consistent.
Keep attacking every day.
Just go play ball.
Michigan Football is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm and proud partner of Michigan athletics. By the Michigan Lottery. For fun, for schools. Your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Coke Zero Sugar. Game day deserves the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar because fan work is thirsty work. And by Don'tRegretTheBet.org. Helpful tips to play it smart when you gamble from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Once again, with national champion John Jensen, here's Doug Karsh.
Michigan and Central Michigan, the two teams up the tunnel in their locker rooms getting set to come out here and do battle at the Big House as Michigan looks to bounce back following last week's loss at Oklahoma. Sharon Moore, well, he is in timeout this week. Biff Poggi is in. Coach Moore said everything will flow like normal. Chip's got the offense. Wink has the defense. JB has special teams and getting to know Michigan's acting head coach, Francis Xavier Biff Poggi. He got the nickname Biff from his brother Spike.
Seems appropriate.
20 years head coaching, a legend in the Baltimore area. Came here to be an assistant head coach for Jim Harbaugh. Left to become the head coach at Charlotte, where Biff Poggi kind of went viral due to his choice of wardrobe. Sweatshirt with cut-off sleeves, but unlike Bill Belichick, no long sleeve underneath.
Yeah.
And it was quite a look.
It was quite a look. I'm glad that he has chosen to wear sleeves today. I think that was kind of a requirement. But, yeah.
He actually asked. He asked the athletic department, can I cut off a sweatshirt and go sleeveless? And they politely requested that no.
Yeah.
True story.
No, well, hey, he gets a chance here for 2 games to be the head coach at Michigan. And, this is a team, and I said it earlier this week, a lot of the response to a loss is going to come down to the captains. They've got 6 of them. It's time for those guys to stand up and lead. Doesn't mean the season's over. The goals are still there. The rivalries are all still there. This is just the next opportunity for them to go out there and make some corrections and find a way to get better.
Central Michigan, coached by Matt Drinkle, his first season at CMU, 1-1 with a win over San Jose State and a loss to Pittsburgh, as here come the Wolverines out of the Lloyd Carr Tunnel. John, talking about Coach Drink, he went 43-18 at Kansas Wesleyan at the NAIA level before moving on to Army the last 6 seasons, where he bounced around on the offensive side of the football. But last year, coordinator, they went 12-2, and they want to run it.
Yeah, they want to run it. They want to shorten this game. They figure if they can get to the second half and they're still within striking distance, that's going to be a huge win for them. And for a lot of these kids that grew up in the state of Michigan that are playing for Central, they thought about this probably every moment of their childhood. What would it be like to play at Michigan? They're not playing, they're not wearing the winged helmet, but they're in the big house, and you're going to get their best effort.
This Chippewa program's kind of etched their place amongst the winningest group of 5 teams, 652 all-time wins, 6th on that list. Navy's number 1 at 750. The Chips last won over a Big Ten team back in 2014 at Purdue. A Boilermaker team that boasted an NFL backfield with Raheem Mostert and Akeem Hunt. They beat Oklahoma State. It was their last win over a nationally ranked team back in 2016. That Cowboy team was led by current NFL quarterback Mason Rudolph. And they kind of got a tradition of taking out Power 5 teams.
Yeah, and you know what? I talk about this all the time. It's MOB, Magic of Believing. When they come in here, right now, they believe that they've got a chance. And it's up to Michigan to make sure that from snap one to the very last snap, you make it known that, hey, we appreciate it. We appreciate what you do in the state of Michigan, but you're not going to win this game. And that's the tone that Michigan has to set early.
Wolverines captains are gathering on the near sideline. Central has made their way out of the tunnel. The Chippewas boasting new uniforms this year. The drip comes courtesy of Adidas. And, John, quite frankly, they look exactly like your Washington Redskin uniform back in the day, don't they?
They do, and I thought that during the pregame warm-ups when they were out there. And it's just unfortunate for those big guys that it's all white, because all white does no benefits for the big guys.
And down with the team, honorary captain, our guy Brandy. Jim Brandstatter's the honorary captain today. God bless him. We love Jim, and he is standing with the Wolverine captains, Rod Moore in uniform, out there for the coin flip, as is our Jason Avant with his microphone. Let's go down below.
Matt Richards, I'm your referee today. This is John Henneke, your umpire. Central Michigan, they're the visiting team who will call the coin tossing. This is the coin to be using. This is heads, tails. Heads, tails. What is your call, sir?
Tails.
Tails is the call. It is tails. You've won the toss.
So Central Michigan wins the toss, and we will see what the configuration is. Here we go.
Central Michigan has won the toss and is likely to defer to the second half.
There you go. So we'll see the Michigan offense first. The Wolverines will go from left to right. That's north to south here at the Big House. And we'll see this reconfigured offensive line with the injuries. Link with Nathan Afobe at left guard, Crippen at center. Jake Guanara will start at right guard, and Andrew Sprague at right tackle.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because as we saw last week when a couple of guys went down, Jake came in for a couple of plays. I thought he played well while he was in there. I think the big question is going to be Nathan Afobe moving from right to left, and he was in a great competition with Brady Norton for that right guard spot. Moving sides of the ball. We've talked about it a lot in regards to how difficult that is. So a lot of eyeballs on Nathan Afobe today as this game starts.
A lot of eyeballs on whether or not Marlon Klein is going to play. He went through warm-ups, looked more comfortable than he did a week ago. The Michigan tight end, Samaj Morgan, Donovan McCulley, Channing Goodwin year. Wide receivers, Max Bredesen, and budding star Justice Haynes in the backfield. Michigan getting set to take the field to return the opening kick. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Michigan football from Learfield. All right, John, it's Parents' Weekend here in Ann Arbor. Hard to get into a restaurant, but you and I are both proud parents of Wolverines.
Yep, and it's my first Parents' Weekend, so I guess I'm looking to you. What are the tips for
Scorekeepers? Go to Scorekeepers tonight.
Scorekeepers
yes, that is, yeah, you'll enjoy that. You'll fit right in. Trust
me. Brian Greasy's in town. maybe I'll see if he wants to go with me. Sorry, Brian.
use the front door. This is the 600th televised game in Michigan football history, but of course, who watches the games on TV anymore? Welcome to our broadcast. It's Michigan and Central Michigan as the Wolverines await the opening kickoff. It'll be Caden Van Heist to kick it off, or is it Cade Graham? It looks like Cade Graham's down there on the kickoff, who is a fascinating story in and of itself. We will tell his story as the broadcast continues. Deep for Michigan is Andrew Marsh standing on his own goal line as Graham approaches the football, and we're underway as he sails this kickoff towards the near sideline. Fair catch made by Andrew Marsh inside the 5, and Michigan will take over at the 25-yard line.
This is where Michigan needs to start fast. And I don't care who the opponent is today. I talked about the anger that you have throughout the course of the week, all the different emotions that you have leading up to the game. Now it's time to show what you've been working on and take it out on the opponent.
We look out there getting the start at tight end will be Zach Marshall, who had a catch last week, his first career catch at Oklahoma for 12 yards. And we're seeing Blake Frazier. Are they going bonus OL here? It looks like they got an extra offensive lineman, or is Frazier starting?
Extra O-lineman.
Yeah, they got an extra O-lineman up. Three offensive linemen to the left. Shotgun here for Bryce Underwood. First snap of the ball game. He takes the snap and he's back to pass. Play action fake. Looking downfield. He's going to take a shot. Out there is Channing Goodwin, and diving interception attempt is dropped by the Chippewas. Goodwin slightly overthrown. It was Caleb Spann. Tried to pull in the pick, but a little too far for him as well. It'll be second down.
They brought the extra lineman in just for a little extra added protection. They knew they were going to run something down the field, so they gave Bryce as much time as possible. That ball just too much towards the middle of the field. If it's overthrown a little bit closer to where Channing is, then you don't have to worry about the interception.
Wolverines going quickly. Snap and fires out on a wide receiver screen to Samaj Morgan across the 30 to the 31-yard line, where he's dragged out of bounds. A gain of 6 on second down.
Nice job of Channing on that one. That's a long route that he ran on that first play. Come back and put a block on a corner. That play is successful because he's out there getting after the corner.
On this third down play, we do see Marlon Klein check in for Michigan. So the big tight end out of Cologne, Germany, on the field for the Wolverines. He's lined up in a slot left. 3 receivers to the right. Shotgun here for Bryce Underwood on 3rd and 4. Takes the snap, back to pass, delivers, and it's caught across the 40 out to the 43-yard line is Hogan Hansen for a Michigan first down.
Yeah, and I believe that's his first catch of the year. We know what he did last year in the absence of Colston Loveland. Expect a lot of things from him. Glad to see him out there. Glad to see the ball in his hands.
Wolverines going quickly. They roll Bryce out to the right. He fires. He's got McCulley in central territory down to the 47-yard line on the near hash. He's dropped right there. Move the chains again for the Wolverines. Wolverines going quickly here. A little up-tempo offense. And as soon as I say that, they're going to huddle for the first time.
Yeah, they bring in Blake Frazier for another extra offensive lineman. But I like the fact that they roll him out, and 3 options on that one. You had Marlon Klein, Hogan Hansen, and obviously down the field you've got options as well. So a lot of things for Bryce to look at, and it cleaned up the picture for him.
1st and 10 Michigan from the Central 47, just underway here in Ann Arbor. Shotgun, handoff. It's Justice Haynes running right. Try to bounce it outside, and he just can't quite escape the last tackler. Gets dragged down for a gain of 1 by Luvea Brown up from his linebacker spot.
You know, in talking to Justice and watching more film on him, I think he does a really nice job of setting up his blocks at the line of scrimmage. You need to get more movement up front, but reading those linebackers, selling them on some of those front side runs, and then cutting back. Just got tripped up there on the end of the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 8 for Michigan from the Central 45-yard line. Scoreless in Ann Arbor. Snap. They're going to roll out Underwood to his left. He's going to deliver, and he's got his man. It's McCulley at the 30 on the far hash. He's dropped right there as he reaches forward to the 29. Move the chains again. Elijah Gordon on the stop. Bryce Underwood on the move, 16 yards. Quickly the line of scrimmage, the Wolverines again. Snap, handoff. It's Haynes up the middle, getting what he can. Pushes across the 25 down to the 24, a gain of 5.
That's what Chip Lindsey was talking about this week. We love the second half 75-yard run that you had from Justice Haynes, but we need more 4s, 5s, and 6s, and to start off on first down. If you can be good on first down with in getting to 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3, which is, right now they're second and 4, second and 5. That's where you can be much better on third down. Third downs was such a problem for them against Oklahoma, but it was all 3rd and 8+.
Blake Frazier checks in once again. Extra offensive lineman in there for the Wolverines. He's lined up on the right side. Shotgun for Bryce Underwood. Takes the snap. Play action. Back to pass. Looking towards the end zone. Marlon Klein's out there, and he overthrows him inside the 5. Ball lands out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down.
I like the idea, and they go with the extra offensive lineman instead of running the ball. They just are using him for extra pass protection, giving Bryce plenty of time to see his receivers get downfield. And it wouldn't have mattered if Marlon Klein was covered or not. That ball was 5 yards outside or out of bounds.
Zach Marshall and Hogan Hansen in there on this 3rd down play for Michigan. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Haynes in the backfield. They bring Hansen in motion. Snap. Underwood back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to run. He's got the first down across the 20, the 15, inside the 10, and he steps out of bounds at the Chippewa 9-yard line. There you go. There's the skill set.
Yep, and use those passing lanes as running lanes as well. And you know what? That's the beautiful thing of that. That wasn't a called run. It wasn't a quarterback draw. That was just simply him looking downfield, nowhere to go. I see a throwing lane. Oh wait, I can make that a rushing lane.
Gain of 15. It's 1st and goal from the Chippewa 8-yard line. Kendrick Bell in the ball game for the first time. Bryce Underwood's going to throw towards McCulley in the end zone, and there's a lot of contact down there, incomplete, and here comes the flag. Yep. McCulley, bit of a fade route there to the near corner in the southwest end zone, and flag flies, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 2.
Defense number 3. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball is placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Brendan Diaz-Fernandez, the guilty party. 1st and goal from the Chippewa 2-yard line. Wolverines' first possession of the game. Scoreless here in Ann Arbor. We're 4 minutes in.
Well, that catch that Donovan McCulley had last week, what that did was it gave Bryce the comfortability of, hey, I could throw this ball up there, and I got a guy that's going to go make a play.
1st and goal from the 2. Underwood takes the snap. Handoff up the middle. It's Justice Haynes into the blue for a Michigan touchdown. There's some power football right there, John.
Yep, right down the field. I like the fact that they used tempo. At times they were to the line of scrimmage. Other times they were huddling up. Keeps the defense on their toes, and a couple of incomplete passes, a near miss on an interception, but nothing seemed to shake the confidence of Bryce Underwood or the coordinators, Chip Lindsey, of calling those plays and punch it in the end zone.
Dominic Zavada's on for the extra point out of the hold of Hudson Hollenbeck. The snapper is Greg Tarr. Tarr's snap is perfect. Hollenbeck has the football down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 10 plays, 75 yards in 4 minutes and 4 seconds. A 2-yard touchdown run for Justice Haynes. That Wolverine touchdown brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first, 7-0 Michigan here in Ann Arbor. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Hey Wolverine fans, defensive tackle Rayshawn Benny here. On the field, you learn quickly that wasted energy costs you the game. The same goes for your home. I'm teaming up with DTE Energy to help you tackle your energy waste with simple plays like sealing air leaks, upgrading insulation, and switching to LED lighting. Small steps can lead to big savings. It's not just smart, it's Michigan smart. Learn how to save money and reduce your energy use at dteenergy.com/saveenergy. Let's bring that championship mindset home. Go Blue.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No, first base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Double dynamite!
Tim McGraw with special guest Travis Tritt. Friday, September 26th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. The Soaring Eagle Summer Outdoor Concert Series.
And it's a great
Join the Hill Party. Get your tickets now, starting at $58 at the box office or etix.com. Living it up with Tim McGraw and Travis Tritt, September 26th. SoaringEagleCasino.com.
Myers, the presenting sponsor of the 2025 Michigan football season and a proud supporter of hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. 7-0 Michigan. Welcome back, Bruce Motti, our statistician, back with us up here in the booth. Rich Marion is our spotter. Of course, we got the best engineer in the business in Tony Butler. Brian Bush is our anchor. And, of course, we got Rob Joyce back in our studios with scores. As the day proceeds here, love the noon start, John Jansen. I know not everybody does.
Absolutely love the noon start. This is how football is meant to be played.
And there's the other man on our broadcast, Jason Avant, down on the field. Jason, what do you think of that opening drive?
Well, I love that. You know, I'm a receiver. I love when they go out and pass the ball. I didn't know which team this was. I was excited. But you saw some timing issues right there. But they are throwing the ball down the field. And I love the fade throw to Donovan McCulley. We're going to need that play. So to get those nuanced throws with touch for Bryce is going to be key going down the stretch of the season.
By the way, a little chilly down there today, huh?
I don't think it's chilly. I think it's perfect football weather. I think John can agree with me.
No, I like it.
No,
it's I wish the sun was out. Overcast. The sun will come out later in the day. Nyree Biggins is deep, and he will have a fair catch. Beckham Sunderland's kick. It was actually fielded by Justin Ruffin. And Central will take over for the first time from the 25-yard line. They have played 3 quarterbacks this year. One of them is out today, perhaps the one with the best arm, Jaden Glasser. So we'll see Joe Labus, number 2, and Angel Flores, number 7. Biggins in the backfield is the guy to look out for. Tyson Davis, a dangerous wide receiver for them, had an unbelievable catch last week at Pitt. And we're seeing Jaden Sanders start at one of the corners, the true freshman. Is that Jayshawn Barham lining up at an edge?
It is. And no TJ Guy.
Interesting. Snap, and it's a rollout. Barham's in the backfield, and he takes down Labus on the first play from scrimmage from his edge spot. Wow. I think that's what they were looking for.
Yeah. Way to call the shot, Doug.
Yeah.
We'll give that credit all to Doug. But, yeah, I mean, the thing about Jayshawn is he's drawn out actually by the motion, and as he does, Labus is rolling out that way and keeps the ball, and Jayshawn just ran upfield, made a great play. Love to see him on the edge.
Loss of 8, second down and 18. Barham on the edge on the right side this time. They got Rolder in there with Houseman at linebacker. Back to pass is Labus. Delivers behind his receiver and broken up. TJ Metcalf got his hand on it. I believe the intended receiver there was Henry Dryden.
Well, Dryden was there. Tyson Davis was there as well. I think there must have been a little bit of a mix-up in their routes because there was 3 Michigan defenders, and that ball could have been and probably should have been picked off. Both quarterbacks getting away with defenders getting their hands on the ball early in the game.
3rd down and 18. For the Chippewas on their first drive, they trail at 7-0. Michigan showing a different look defensively. Derek Moore standing up at one edge and Jayshawn Barham at the other, and Labus is going to take a shot downfield and going up for it and broken up. Wide receiver, I believe it was Dryden again, and 2 Wolverines were over there, and a jump ball down the far sideline. And who was in coverage out there? Jimmy Roller was one.
And Shug Hill.
Was it Shug?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
And you mentioned the different defensive look. They actually had, again, Jayshawn Barham on the edge as a rusher, but they used Rayshawn Benny basically as a stand-up linebacker. Now, he ended up rushing over the nose, but it's just a different look, and it's a configuration that the offensive line has to try and decipher. What are they doing? And it's all those looks that Wink likes to throw at you.
Declan Dooley to punch, and Samaj Morgan will let it bounce in front of him at the 44-yard line. Dribbles forward, and he's just going to jump on it at the 41. A little dangerous there, but that roll can kill you, and he didn't want to give up any more yardage. That's the hidden yardage teams can get in the punt game, and Samaj said enough of this. A couple Chippewas around him, but punt goes in the books for 42 yards. Michigan will have the football when we continue from here at the Big House, 7-0 Michigan. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
No big deal, but you've been earning Kohl's Cash for 20 years. That's 2 decades of checkout wins. To celebrate, enter our month-long sweepstakes for a chance to win $200 in Kohl's Cash. Plus, save on fall faves during the Customer Appreciation event now. Yep, 2 decades of Kohl's Cash is a big deal. Shop Kohl's and brag accordingly. Coupon ends September 21st. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Sweepstakes ends September 30th, 2025. No purchase necessary. 20 winners per day. Limit 1 prize per person for entire sweepstakes. See Kohls.com for official rules and details.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Hand off to Kalel, and he's piled up at the line of scrimmage. Breaks a tackle. 40, 25. Kalel Mullings outside the numbers at the 20, and he's knocked out of bounds at the Ohio State 15-yard line.
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor, official partner of Michigan Athletics. Whether you're tailgating or headed to the Big House, Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor has the perfect vehicle for every fan. New or pre-owned, our team has a large inventory of vehicles ready for you today. And a special offer for Wolverine fans, receive a $1,000 discount and 3 years of maintenance on any new Lexus purchase when you mention this ad. Stop by Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor or get started at LexusofAnnArbor.com.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New Squid on the Block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Michigan football is sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Whole health includes body and mind, and Blue Cross covers it all. From mental health resources to exercise routines, Blue Cross is ready to help. Learn more at bcbsm.com. Michigan goes 75 yards for a touchdown their first possession. They take over on their own 41 here on possession number 2, leading 7-0. Snap, handoff. It's Justice Haynes running left. Not much room. Boy, he's battling, but he will be lucky to avoid a loss. In fact, they'll give him the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Yeah, Central Michigan's going to load up the line of scrimmage. I know that Michigan is trying to loosen things up by going downfield, and I love that. We'll talk more about that as the game goes on, but you got to get some push up front. There's nothing that this Central Michigan defense is doing that should prevent Michigan from having a lost yardage play, no gain. They should be gaining yards on every single one.
2nd and 10, stacked wide receivers to either side. Underwood back to pass. Delivers to Marlon Klein, incomplete. Through his hands at the 45-yard line. Maddox Blackwell in coverage there for CMU. It'll be 3rd down for Michigan.
Well, having built up a little bit of confidence with the protections, as well as Bryce looking downfield, now you get into a 3rd and long situation, and you got to believe he's got a little bit more of a comfort level of looking downfield.
3rd and 10, 4 wide receivers. Shotgun, Bryce Underwood's going to change the play, barking some commands. He's got 10 seconds on the play clock. Now back ready for the snap, and he's got it. Rolling out to his right. Avoids a pass rusher. Will deliver downfield, and it is caught at the Central Michigan 38-yard line. Samaj Morgan goes up and gets it. Move the chains, a 3rd down conversion for the Maize and Blue.
Well, I really like Bryce's patience. Hey, something's called, you don't like the look. He does have the freedom to be able to check out of it. You see him talking to the O-line, signaling to the receivers, this is what we're going to have to do. Now, what I don't like about that, they only rushed 3, and we're still able to get pressure on Bryce.
21 yards on the completion to Samaj. 1st and 10 for the Central 38. They're going to go QB run with Bryce Underwood running left, and he gets dropped in the backfield. Wow. Mikkel Heldman got in there and drops Underwood for a 3-yard loss. There's the designed run we've heard about, but not successful there.
No, it's not successful, and this is where, you've got to learn as a quarterback when to give and when to get. And on that play right there, Van Wetzinga, he doesn't bite on the fake. He doesn't crash down, but this is the time to work on those reads for Bryce.
2 receivers split to the right, 1 to the left on the 2nd down and 13. Justice Haynes in the backfield, sidecar right, as Underwood brings Samaj Morgan in motion from right to left. Takes the snap, back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket, splits a pair of defenders, going to run 40, 35, dives forward down to the 32-yard line, gets what he can. It's going to set up a third down and makeable.
Yep, and Doug, you nailed it. That's what I was just going to say. And now it's third and manageable, and when you have a quarterback that, hey, there's nothing there, and there wasn't anything downfield, what I like about the way Bryce escapes the pocket, his eyes are downfield the entire time until it's go time. Then he tucks it, runs it, and now it's a manageable 3rd and 4.
9-yard gain there, and as John mentioned, 3rd and 4 from the CMU 32-yard line. Shotgun for Underwood, ball on the right hash, moving left to right. Takes the snap, back to pass. Looking, and he's going to fire to Samaj downfield inside the 5. Samaj has it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. 32 yards, Bryce Underwood to Samaj Morgan, and Michigan leads it 13-0 on Samaj's first touchdown catch of the season. How about that?
That was beautiful. And here's the thing, and I know Jason will probably say the same thing. Sometimes you just got to lay that ball up and let your receiver go run underneath it. That first game against New Mexico, what did we talk about? Hey, Bryce keeps throwing the ball on a line. He's throwing lasers, and I know there was that one pass to Marlon Klein. That one there, he knew exactly where Samaj was going, laid the ball up, let him run underneath it. That was, you showed growth there from New Mexico to what you're seeing here against CMU.
Tarta snap it. He does. Hollenbeck puts it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And Jason Avant, I know you like that throw. And the downfield passing attack.
Yeah, it's been going well, and there was a good play design of getting Samaj one-on-one with the safety and was able to capitalize on that. But, yes, you're right. A lot of times that ball is thrown out the back of the end zone. Just lay it up for your guy, let him make the play.
That Wolverine touchdown brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. 6 plays, 59 yards, 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Underwood to Morgan, 32 yards. It's 14-0 Michigan here in Ann Arbor. John, this is a pretty good start. This is exactly what we were talking about. And when we were talking about how does Central, they've been known to pull off upsets of Power 5 teams. How does Central pull something like that off? It's getting off to a good start and believing.
Yeah, and here's the thing is when you
killing
know,
belief right now.
Yeah, when you know that type of mindset is on the other side of the field, you've got to come out and attack. They did that, and some of those passes were incomplete in that opening drive, but I love the fact that, hey, on first down, they take a shot. They put that Central Michigan defense on notice that we're not afraid to go downfield. We're going to go ahead and take those shots. And now it should loosen things up for the run game, but you take that belief away from everybody that's over there wearing white right now.
Well, I also like the new look defensively. I mean, they debuted Jayshawn Barham at edge rusher in the first snap. Mm-hmm. He drops Lavis for a 6-yard or 8-yard loss. It's something to keep an eye on. We may see Cole Sullivan in that role too today. Cole Sullivan came into this game leading the defense in sacks.
Yeah, and I mean, it's when you have that depth of talent at the linebacker position. Now all of a sudden you have the freedom to use Jayshawn as an edge rusher because all of a sudden, hey, you've got Ernest Hausman, you've got Cole Sullivan that can go in there and play. We even talk about Jimmy Rolder. Like, you've got a depth at that position, so you can start to use some of those high-end talent guys in a lot of different positions.
As far as offensively, I love to see what they're doing of adding a passing attack because 2023, the championship team ran the football, didn't deviate from that much, just passed it when they needed to. But every year is different, and yes, we're a culture of running the football, but times are changing. You got a high-profile quarterback like Bryce. You need other weapons. You have to throw the ball some, and I love this attack and this approach to this game.
They've come out firing, and the new offensive line with Afobe and Guanara in there. Jake Guanara, whose dad played at Rutgers and actually was in 49er camp after his career at Rutgers, getting his first start today out of Ponte Vedra High School. Do you know what the nickname was of Ponte Vedra?
Ponte Vedra.
Is it Vedra?
No, I don't know. I'm just making it up. I don't know. I was going to make something else up. I don't know. The palm trees?
No. They are the Sharks.
Oh, the Sharks.
Shark.
Oh, well, I was close. Yeah. I mean, I went beach.
You did something. Yeah, you're kind of in the right
area.
Right, yeah.
I
genre
it had to be something of that nature.
We got a great one on the other side. I'll get to it a little bit later on. Beckham to kick off. Sunderland to kick off for Michigan. And deep for the Chippewas is Biggins, and he will take a fair catch inside the 5. And Central, who had 3 plays and lost 8 yards, will take over on their own 25-yard line. They want to run it. Their first play was a pass, and it cost them. In fact, all 3 plays were a pass. And a sack and 2 incompletions.
Yeah, I think all they wanted to do was get their quarterback out, Labus, and get him a kind of a clean look. And then all of a sudden, hey, there's Jay-Sean. And they're using Jay-Sean as the field edge rusher because they like his ability to get upfield. They like his ability to play in space.
And they got him in. He's at the right edge, the field edge rusher. Yeah, the right side. Cameron Brandt in on the left side at the edge rusher spot, and they'll hand off up the middle, and it'll be Biggins across the 25 out to the 27-yard line, where Barham brings him down. What makes this possible is the depth at linebacker. They've said all along they feel like they have 4 starting caliber players, and Hausman, Barham, Sullivan, and Rolder. And we're seeing Hausman and Rolder getting the call at linebacker today to free up Jay-Sean to rush off the edge.
Yeah, and when those guys get tired, you bring in Cole Sullivan. Like it's just the depth of talent in that position. It's got to be the best. I would put that room up against any other linebacker room in the country.
Don't forget Troy Bowles, a transfer from Georgia who's healthy and now making plays in practice. 2nd down and 8. Hand off to Biggins running right out close to the 30 where he's stacked up by a host of Wolverine defenders and driven backwards. They're not going to quite give him the 30. It'll be 3rd down here for Central. 14-0 Michigan, 6:28 to go first quarter. Rayshawn Benny leading the Michigan tacklers there.
And they're going big up front with those 3 big defensive linemen. You got your 2 edge guys, a couple linebackers. I mean, they have, with Jay-Sean on the edge, they've got a lot of athletic ability up front and a lot of beef on the inside.
3rd down and 5.5 here for the Chippewas. Looking for their first down of the game. In a shotgun is Labus. 2 receivers split left and 1 to the right. Snap, handoff. It's Biggins up the middle. He gets across the 30, and that is it. Jimmy Roller filled the hole nicely. They give him the 31-yard line as Biggins gets a yard, and it'll be a 4th down punting situation. Cameron Brandt in there as well for the Michigan defense. And the Wolverines will get the football back, leading 14-0.
I tell you what, Wink loves Cameron Brandt, and he's mentioned it a number of times. Him and Nate Marshall, those are 2 guys that Wolverine fans need to remember their names and their numbers. 94 for Nate Marshall, 9 for Cameron Brandt. They're playmakers.
Declan Dooley to punt, transfer from Illinois, left footer, and sails this one towards the far sideline, and it goes out of bounds. No, it doesn't. It stayed inbounds, or are they going to mark it out of it? It did go out of bounds.
No.
The ball rolled down to the 25, but the official spotting it at the Michigan 37-yard line, and that's where the Wolverines will have it, leading at 14-0 with 5:08 to go first quarter. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Honey, did you pay the rent this month? Because I just received a late notice.
Sorry, what's that?
Wait, are you gambling online again?
Me? No, not at all.
If managing the bills and your betting has become a challenge, self-excluding from online gambling or sports betting might be for you. Learn more at don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Have a gambling problem? Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER.
Wolverine fans, it's not a Michigan game day without a Michigan-made beer. Founders Brewing Company, your official craft beer of Michigan athletics, has the perfect beers for your game day traditions. Founders has been brewing up high-quality, highly rated beers like All Day IPA, MI Pilsner, and their Mortal Bloom Hazy IPA right here in Michigan for over 25 years. Whether you're at the game, tailgating, or watching from home, there's nothing like enjoying a Michigan-made beer from Founders Brewing Company.
Aw, shucks. The game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, exclusive freight partner of Michigan Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Today's broadcast is presented by DTE Energy. Participate in energy efficiency programs and rebates to lower your bills. DTE has tools, tips, and resources to help you save on energy. Small changes lead to big savings. Learn more at dteenergy.com/save energy. The Chippewas are in Ann Arbor. Now let's return to the broadcast booth for more of Michigan's matchup with CMU.
Bryce under center on this 1st and 10 from the Michigan 37-yard line, and he'll hand it off up the middle and getting a yard, maybe 2. Was that Jordan Marshall in there for the first time? It was. Give him 2 yards on that first down run. Hey, Michigan fans, choose chill and celebrate responsibly. 21 means 21. Coors Light, choose chill. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
Now they're getting stood up at the line of scrimmage. And Jordan needs to take a little bit of look at Justice Haynes' film. That cutback lane is there. He does a nice job of setting it up, but he's got to feel that cutback.
See Andrew Marsh in, the freshman for the first time, and back to passes. Bryce Underwood, he steps up in the pocket, and he's going to run 45, 50, 45 to the 40. Puts his head down, still on his feet, inside the 35, down to the 32-yard line. Bryce Underwood, yep, they wanted him to run more. He's running more.
And these aren't even the called quarterback runs. In fact, the called quarterback run didn't go so well, but he sees what he sees, and he escapes in the middle of the line.
Going quickly, takes the snap. It's Jordan Marshall up the middle, bounces outside, inside the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, but a flag is down back at the 20-yard line. Might have been Andrew Marsh downfield on the hold.
It's just not one that you needed to hold on.
Holding. Offense, number 4. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
You hate that for Jordan Marshall because he's seen Justice Haynes with a number of big runs, but all of a sudden he comes in and does a nice job of showing a little bit of patience at the line of scrimmage, finding a hole, and boy, I tell you what, young fella Andrew Marsh, when a guy turns around on you, let him go.
Exactly. Chris Perry would have choked me on the field.
Pistol formation, Marshall still in there deep. It's 1st down and 7. There's a spot foul there. They'll hand it off to Marshall up the middle, and he'll get across the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him maybe 2. Fernando Sanchez on the stop for CMU. It'll be 2nd down.
Michigan really needs to perfect the pull from the guards, and same thing we talked about last week with Brady Norton. Nathan Afobe, when you come around, you got to have your shoulders square. You got to come around tight on that double team. He does not. He drifts and allows the linebacker to undercut him.
Wolverines go 5 wide and an empty backfield here for Bryce Underwood on the 2nd down and 6. Back to pass is Underwood, looking over the middle for Klein, delivered incomplete. Try to hit him on a crossing route at the 15. Good coverage there by Maddox Blackwell up from his safety spot. Was right on the back of Marlon Klein, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down.
I thought Blackwell got there early.
Jason, I want to go back to that hold. You were a legendarily good blocker. And
yeah.
What was that? What did Marsh do wrong there?
Right, you have to let him go. That's what, when you get on the open field, you don't know where the running back is. So when he's in the open field, I always say cut and stock block.
3rd down and 6 for Michigan. Back to pass is Underwood. He's got time, fires underneath. Channing Goodwin lets it go through his hands, incomplete. Oh, that would have been good for a 1st down, but Goodwin couldn't hang on.
Yeah, that's one of those. We talked about the touch to Samaj on the touchdown. That's where, and it's really hard to do from that quarterback position where you know, hey, I've got to get that ball out of my hands. I'm starting to get hit. Take a little bit off for Channing Goodwin because that ball, he throws it a little sidearm, and I think it just surprised him a little bit that the ball ended up hitting him in the hands.
This will be a 47-yard field goal attempt for Dominic Zavada. It'd be good for his confidence to see the ball fly through the goalposts here. Greg Tarr will snap it. Hudson Hollenbeck will spot it.
Ball's away,
snap is good. Kick is on its way, and the kick is no good. I believe he missed it wide to left. Hard to tell from our angle, but oh boy. Lead will stay at 14-0 here with 3:08 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's you kind of hit it there. You want to see him get a little bit of confidence, and I know it was shaking a little bit last week, and I asked Sharon about that on Monday night, and he said, "Yeah, I don't mess with the kickers. That's JB's area of expertise." And
was wide right from our vantage point. It's hard to tell, but
yeah. Wide right there for Dominic Zavada. You can see it in his face a little bit. His confidence is shaking, but I think it's good for him because kickers have to have tough skin. There's going to be a lot of close games. You need these down times in order to enjoy the good times sometimes.
Well, we'll see if Dom can get back on track. Fido, that's what Sharon Moore says. Fido, what is it? Forget it and drive on. That's what it is. They're going to run right here with Biggins, or is it Cornish? Either way, he gets a yard. It's Cornish gets a yard out to the 30. He's chopped down. We see Nate Marshall in there, the Michigan defense for the first time. Manuel Beigel as well.
Yeah, and this is where Michigan struggled last week, not just on third downs, but in tackling. And so far today, they've done a really nice job of, hey, first man there, wrap him up, make sure that he's going to go down. Everyone else attack and gang tackle.
2nd down and 9 for Central. They trail at 14-0, 2.5 to go, first quarter. Wolverines crowding the line of scrimmage against this run-heavy offense. Snap, handoff, it's Cornish, and Jason Barnes in the backfield immediately and pulls him backwards. Boy, this is working in the early going here.
Wow. I tell you what, I mean, he does a great job of coming off, and there's been a couple of times where he is so far up the field and does a nice job of backtracking his steps. He didn't even try and backtrack there. He just reached back with a long arm and said, nope, I want you back here.
It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for CMU. And we see Angel Flores in at quarterback now on this 3rd down. 3 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. Flores takes the snap, back to pass. He's got time, steps up, fires it underneath to his running back, who's knocked down. It looks like just shy of the first down. We await the spot here. They're saying first down. It was Cole Sullivan on the stop, and it was Townsend on the reception.
It's another one of those third downs, and you're just not getting pressure right up the middle where you need it. And on that one, Trey Williams was in at the 3 technique. He took a side, rushed upfield on the outside shoulder of the guard, which created a rush lane inside, or at least an escape route for Labus to get through.
Snap, rolling out is Labus in the backfield, and in his face is Jason Barham, who throws him to the ground. His 2nd sack of the day. This one for a loss of 9 on first down. And again, I think we might be onto something here.
Yeah, he does a nice job of keeping his helmet out of it.
Right.
And so he, not going to get called for targeting. But I love the fact that he is so quick up the field, and either tackle right now has absolutely no way to account for his speed.
They found Bobby Boucher.
Shot out of a cannon is Jaden Mangum in the Michigan secondary for the first time. On this 2nd down and 19, CMU backed up to their own 30-yard line. They're going to go handoff up the middle, and there is no room for Central Michigan. Cole Sullivan, the first one in there. Brock Townsend, the ball carrier. Trey Pierce brought him down. And what will be the final play of quarter number 1. Central will be looking at a 3rd down and 19. When we continue from the Big House, it's 14-0 Wolverines here in Ann Arbor. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship,
then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs. It's probably the best you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, know it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
College sports, be sure to download the free Varsity Network app, available for both Apple and Android. Listen to College Sports Live with the Varsity Network app. Some people listening today. John, Chris in Fiji listens to our broadcast.
All right.
Mike in Jacksonville. Jeff Handcamp's up in Flint watching his son play baseball, listening.
All right.
Go Trent.
Yeah.
Ella and Lila listening in Plymouth. And Fred and Nora driving across Maine, taking this one in on the Varsity Network app. Download for your mobile device today.
A worldwide broadcast.
Yep. 14-0 Michigan. Bryce Underwood, 6 of 11 for 97 yards through the air. Here's another part of the story. 4 carries, 50 yards.
Yeah.
And that includes the 3-yard loss on the QB design run.
Right, and he's been so good at looking downfield, nothing there, and making a quick decision. And here's what I like about it, too, and I mentioned it, I think it was on his 3rd run, keeping his eyes downfield, because what's going to happen is as soon as, hey, he's going to show that he can run, he's going to pull it down, now all of a sudden those linebackers, they may come off their receivers, corners may come off their receivers early.
3rd and 19 for Central. They'll go shovel pass to Biggins, tries to bounce it outside across the 30, gets a field at the 35 to the 36, where Jair Hill chops him down well shy of the first down, and Central will be forced to punt. Wolverines leading it 14-0. Samaj Morgan deep for the Wolverines.
I tell you what, and we've been talking about it off air, the story of the game so far is Jayshawn Barham playing an edge defender. He is so quick up the field. And they are putting him every single time on the field side.
Dooley into punt, left footer, and the Wolverines run into him, but no flag, and it bounces to Samaj at the 22, where he is swarmed under. No flag on that one. I don't know who it was that was in there. It was Troy Bowles, I believe, and the punter, Dooley, kind of fell over him at the end. But again, no flag. Samaj's return 0 yards, and it'll be 1st and 10 Michigan from their own 23-yard line, leading 14-0 here in Ann Arbor.
Well, up 14-0, starting the second quarter, and you know your defense has been dominating. I would not be surprised on first down here. Not the ideal situation to take a shot, but you want to blow the top off of this stadium right now. You take a shot downfield to Donovan McCauley or a Channing Goodwin. Might be the time to do it.
Anthony Simpson in for the first time for the Wolverines. Jordan Marshall in the backfield, pistol formation. Bryce Underwood takes the snap, hands it off to Marshall, running left. Tries to get outside, and there's somebody in there right away to take him down. It was Dakota Cochran on the stop, gain of 1.
Yeah, Michigan right now, that offensive line is, one, not getting movement up front, and they're not getting off on the second level. And that was Evan Link and Marlon Klein just kind of getting swallowed up by one defender.
2 receivers split to the right on this 2nd down and 9. Underwood claps his hands and takes the snap. Back to pass. Delivers downfield. He's got a man out there. It's Andrew Marsh, who brings it in on the far sideline and steps out of bounds in Central Territory at the Chippewa 46-yard line. 1st down, Wolverines, the downfield passing attack, and there is the freshman. 30 yards for Andrew Marsh, his first career reception here for the Wolverines.
Andrew Marsh is a high-talent guy. There's a lot of upside for him. I'm glad that they got him in the passing attack, and, I mean, he runs a really nice route there, and quite honestly, if he's not running towards the sideline, he would have scored on that play. That ball took him out of bounds after he caught it, but he had created about 6 yards of cushion between him and the nearest defender.
1st and 10, Michigan from the central 46-yard line. Underwood play action, back to pass again. Got a lot of time. He's going to deliver it down the near sideline. Hogan Hansen goes up and gets it. Over the top of Dakota Cochran. He roofed him. Moved the chains again as he is knocked down at the 20-yard line of the Chippewas. Put the ball up there and have your receiver go make a play. That's what happened, 26 yards.
Making plays can be contagious. Last week, I know it wasn't a win, but Donovan McCauley making a play, giving your quarterback the confidence that, hey, it might be a 50-50 ball. I'll throw that ball up, go get it. Now all of a sudden we're seeing Hogan Hansen do the same thing. Now all these receivers, guys that can catch the ball, are thinking, hey, that ball comes to me. I got to go get it.
1st and 10 from the Chippewa 20-yard line. QB run. It's Underwood going left. 20, 15, 10. Underwood to the pylon. Is he in? His touchdown, Wolverines. Bryce Underwood from 20 yards out as he's approaching 100 yards on the ground already, early second quarter, and the Wolverines have taken a 20-0 lead.
Well, it's a beautiful thing when you've got an athlete of that caliber touching the ball on every single play, being able to throw the ball downfield to Marsh, McCulley, Hogan Hansen, and then all of a sudden, hey, what happens? They've got to account for that deep pass, and now the QB run opens wide up.
Dominic Zavana on for the extra point, which is on its way, and it is good. And Michigan's lead is now 21-0 here in Ann Arbor. That 20-yard touchdown run by Bryce Underwood brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Wolverines 4 plays, 77 yards over 2 minutes and 4 seconds. 21-0 here in Ann Arbor. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
We asked our team, why did you choose to work for Michigan Medicine? Here are some of their answers.
Being able to interact with patients, offer them hope, and hopefully giving them care that they couldn't receive anywhere else is the biggest thing.
Because it's the best of the best. We have great benefits, we have great leadership.
I love what I do. This is a place where you want to be if you're looking to make change.
To our team, we say, thank you for choosing us. We shape the future of healthcare together at Michigan Medicine.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Experiencing a Wolverines game is a lot like life. We honor traditions. We shed tears for a loss, but also for a win. And every time we step on the field, it's a chance for greatness. Farm Bureau Insurance sees the connection and is a proud sponsor of University of Michigan athletics. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Hey, I got good news, John Jansen.
Yeah, what's up?
The honorary captain, Jim Brandstatter, part of the honorary captain duties is to run out with the team, jump up and hit the banner. Brandy didn't want to do all that. He just went out and stood with the guys holding the banner.
Yeah.
Then he turned and he said, hey, I got fabric.
I did. I got fabric. I tell you what, I probably didn't get 3/4 of an inch. Thank God I'm 6'2". Because I got 3/4 of an inch.
There's a number of jokes in there, Jay.
Yeah, I know. 3/4 of an inch of air, but I got fabric with the middle fingernail.
All right, attaboy.
It was cool.
Yeah. And you were out there for the coin flip.
I was out there for the coin flip.
Nice round of applause.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was, and I lost the flip.
Yeah.
The guy from Central called tails. He won.
Yeah.
It was great fun, though. It's a great honor, and I know, John, being a captain is huge. And when I played, Frank Gusick and Guy Murdoch were our captains. And that was a big moment for me, and I want to thank Michigan football program to allow me to do it.
Beckham Sunderland's kickoff sails into the end zone, 1st and 10 from the 25. They got Flores in at quarterback, and he's going to go QB draw up the middle out to the 25-yard, or checked out the 30-yard line, gain of 5 on 1st down. Well, you look great.
Thank you. You guys, too. I saw John walk in with the whole family. It was cool this morning.
Yeah.
Teddy is getting big, man.
Teddy is getting big. He's his 4th birthday is next Tuesday, so everyone came into town to celebrate.
Oh,
so
that's great.
Had to take him on the field. They did the Jim Brandstatter before you did. They ran out of the tunnel. And,
did they?
Yeah. No banner, though.
Well, it's a good thing.
Just the one that we always dream of.
Yes.
2nd down and 5, wide receiver screen, 30 out to the 34-yard line to knocked out of bounds is Tyson Davis. T.J. Metcalf, the man that forced him out. And it is just shy of a CMU 1st down.
Just a quick football thought for both of you.
Yeah.
Isn't it nice to see us throw the ball deep a little bit?
Yeah.
And, who loves it? Jason Avant down on the field is running around.
I'm the most excited, Jason, I'm telling you. I watched the first one to Samaj, and I went, my God, they threw a pass over 15 yards.
Empty backfield here for CMU on this 3rd down and 1. Flores continuing at quarterback. Takes the snap up the middle, and the Wolverines stack him up. He battles, second effort, going to be close. It depends on the spot, as Jimmy Roller led the way for the Michigan tacklers.
I think he is going to come up short. And that play right there, Trey Williams, not going to get a stat, but he did a tremendous job of clogging everything up in the middle, and everyone else was there to make the play.
Hey, thanks, guys, for having me up here. You guys continue to have a great game.
You're the best, Brad.
You be
Great
well.
seeing you.
Jim Brandstatter.
Take care.
The legend and the honorary captain today. Lost the coin flip. Hasn't really impacted the game just yet. 4th and 1 here, and they'll go empty backfield from their own 34-yard line. Flores takes the snap. They're going to throw. Fires far side. Complete to Biggins, and the Wolverines aren't going to let him get there. What a play in the open field. It was Brandon Hitman Hillman did not let Biggins escape, and the Wolverines get a stop at the central 34-yard line. Wow, what a play.
You want to talk about not missing a tackle. He's taken on a defender and fights through it to make that play a yard shy of the 1st down mark, and now gives the ball to the offense on Central Michigan's side of the field, already up 21-0.
That was one of the coaching points for last week, is to finish, especially for him.
Yeah.
When he had the quarterback a few times, didn't finish the tackle, he held on for dear life there.
What a play. Yeah, and he was one of them. Like, Mateer made Michigan's defense. All you can say, take your hat off. That guy's really good. But Hillman, not that time. Great open field tackle. 1st and 10, Michigan for the central 34-yard line. They'll hand it off, running left. It is Justice Haynes. Cuts upfield at the 30, inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. Justice Haynes, 12 yards on 1st down. Kwiatkowski on the stop for CMU.
You want to talk about the threat of being able to throw the ball downfield as well as a quarterback run? Up until that point, Bryce Underwood has 5 rushing attempts for 70 yards. All the other backs, 8 for 26 yards. Now all of a sudden you show that quarterback run, you show throws to Andrew Marsh, Hogan Hansen. It loosens up everything, and now you can operate your offense pretty much however you want.
Blake Frazier in on that offensive line again, as they have an extra offensive lineman to the right, but they're going to run a reverse to Andrew Marsh. 25-20, he's got a lane inside the 15, breaks a tackle at the 10, down the near sideline, and into the end zone for another Michigan touchdown. The freshman into the end zone for the first time in his career on a reverse, and Michigan leads it 27-0.
And they leaked out Greg Crippen. He's the only offensive lineman front side, so he snaps the ball, makes it kind of look like he's not doing anything. He leaks out the backside, and now he is tasked with blocking a much better athlete than he is, and he does a great job.
I think
does
we
a
found
great
our
job.
Man, our bubble and screen man, and Andrew Marsh.
Wow, he's having a half here. Snap is good from Greg Tarr. Hollenbeck puts it down. Zapata's kick is up, and it is good. And Michigan leads it 28-0. And look up on the big screen there, Andrew Marsh. What do we think of the haircut, boys? The dyed blonde hair.
What movie was that with Wesley Snipes? Was it
Terminator
Blade?
Man?
Was it Blade?
It was Wesley Snipes, wasn't it?
Blade, yeah.
Was it Blade? 2 plays, 34 yards, 48 seconds. That Michigan touchdown brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Attention, Michigan drivers. Are you paying too much for auto insurance? Visit insuringmichigan.com now for a quote in less than 5 minutes that could save you hundreds. Whether you're navigating Ann Arbor's streets or cruising through Traverse City, Pioneer State Mutual has the coverage you need, combined with the personal service of a local agent. Don't wait. Head to insuringmichigan.com and see how much you can save. That's insuringmichigan.com, your go-to for auto insurance in Michigan.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
He's hit as he throws, and it is intercepted! It's the Ohio native!
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
It's time to think Ford first. Right now, check out the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months, with only $369 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low-mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Payment includes $1,000 RCO cash and $1,000 trade assist. Offers are only valid on package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by September 30th. See dealer for qualifications and details. So lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months, with only $369 cash due at signing. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Doug Harsh, John James, and Jason Avant down on the field. It is 28-0 here in Ann Arbor. Michigan on top of the Central Michigan Chippewas with 9:23 to go second quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Michigan football from Learfield. So things going well here for the Maize and Blue. And Beckham Sunderland will kick off to Nari Biggins. Came out of high school as a quarterback. They made him a wide receiver. Then he switched to defensive back, and now he's settled in at running back. The senior fifth-year player out of Hillsdale High School in New Jersey. And he's standing on his own goal line. Sunderland, the former MLS goalkeeper in Cincinnati, puts his right foot into it, and he will boom this one well out of the back of the end zone at the north end of the stadium, and Central will take over at the 25-yard line. Central playing without Jaden Glasser, their talented redshirt freshman quarterback. Best arm, he was questionable, played against Pitt. We're told in pregame he will not play today, so they have to go with just the two quarterbacks. They usually literally play three quarterbacks on a regular basis, and they don't really change the offense much. So it's just Joe Labus and Angel Flores. And what do we got in there now? It looks like Labus again on this first down play. He will take the snap and hand it off to Biggins running left, and he gets a yard, maybe two. Nari Biggins, the ball carrier. Troy Bowles in the Michigan defense here, the transfer from Georgia.
Yeah, and they've given Jay Sean a series off. They've done with Cole Sullivan on the edge.
Interesting. Sullivan, an incredibly talented athlete out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And they absolutely love him.
He's a tremendous athlete. At 6'5", he's got a wide range on him.
Lining up the edge rusher to the left side of the offense. Back to pass is Labus. He's in trouble, and down he goes. Back there is Shug. Jair Hill on the sack. Another one, and the Wolverines have sent up Central in another third and forever.
Well, and we're seeing so much more creativity by Wink and what he's calling. And we saw some of those plays more in the second half last week where it was Brandon Hillman coming in, taking a shot at the quarterback. And when you have Cole Sullivan on the edge or Jay Sean Barham, one of the things that they're very used to is dropping in the coverage. So now you could drop a guy on the end of one side and rush a guy off the other because you've got that skill set.
Loss of 7, 3rd down and 15. Levis back to pass, delivers over the middle, and it's dropped in the hands of his receiver. Could not bring it in. It's incomplete. Jaden Mangum in coverage, helping to break that one up, and it'll be 4th down for the Chippewas. Nasir Williams, the intended receiver.
Well, it's just nice coverage downfield, late pressure on the quarterback.
Samaj Morgan standing on his own 39-yard line to field this punt. 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter, and Michigan leading 28-0. Dooley puts his left foot into it and sails it towards Samaj, who's got it at his 43, met immediately and dropped right there. Good coverage downfield.
Yeah, Rowe was on the coverage.
37-yard punt.
And I mean, he did a nice job of honestly just plowing through a Michigan blocker and putting him right into the lap of Samaj Morgan.
Wolverines will get the football back when we continue. You're listening to Michigan Football from Learfield.
Hey Wolverines, ready to one-up your rivals off the field? Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. By showing up to donate blood, you can help your school win $1 million for student or community health. Score a limited edition home field design Michigan t-shirt. And most importantly, save lives. Go to bigten.org/Abbott to find a donation location and put Michigan in the lead. That's bigten.org/Abbott.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
Down the field, a charging team that will not yield.
Lions fans have even more to cheer about with the new Detroit Lions games from the Michigan Lottery.
Rah, rah, rah.
Featuring a roster of fan favorites, instant ticket, pull tab, fast cash, and online play, you could win prizes up to $500,000.
Our Lions victory.
With the new Detroit Lions games, only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Every day is game with the Michigan Lottery. Choose your favorite way to play with a Detroit Lions instant game, fast cash, pull tab, and online game with chances to win up to $500,000. First and 10 Michigan from their own 43-yard line, leading 28-0 here at the Big House. Bryce Underwood's going to roll right and take a shot downfield. Kendrick Bell's out there. It's a jump ball, and it's going to be picked off. Underthrew him, and the Chippewas had 3 defenders down there. And Underwood went for the big play, nothing there, and it's picked off.
Even though it was underthrown, as a receiver, you have to play defense in some way, cause the incompletion in that situation. That ball hung up in the air forever. You have every opportunity to be a defender right there.
Yeah, I mean, great point, Jason. Here's the other thing. Bryce was not under duress. He could have pulled up, set his feet, put a little bit more juice on that ball. That's kind of one of the things where he's got to learn is when you're on the run, do I need to throw the ball on the run? When can I set up and actually put a little bit more juice on the ball? I think he could have done that there.
And he had Channing Goodwin wide open underneath. He went for the big play. From the 15, first and 10 for the Chippewas. Flores in there at quarterback, and he delivers to his wide receiver Tyson Davis quickly out across the 15 out to the 19-yard line where he's dropped by Jimmy Rolder and Jaden Mangum, a gain of 4 on first down.
Nice pursuit, nice angles by both Michigan defenders.
Second down and 6. Flores, again, snap and quick throw, and this time stepping out of bounds is Langston Lewis, at the 27 or 22-yard line, rather. It'll be 3rd down and 2 as the Chippewas go quickly to the line of scrimmage on this 3rd down. They got to get across the 25-yard line. Flores claps his hands, and now he'll take his time. 2 receivers to either side. In the backfield is Townsend. Snap. Back to pass is Flores. Here comes the pass rush. He bails out of there to the right. He's got the 1st down across the 25 out to the 31-yard line. Stopped by Jaden Sanders, the freshman in there. 1st down Chippewas at the 31.
And here's why he's having a hard time finding things downfield. He's not even sure what he's looking at because you got Derek Moore on one side, Jayshawn Barham on the other. They end up dropping Derek Moore as the running back came out. He wanted to hit the flare route. Wasn't there because Derek was there and he had nowhere to go down the field.
1st and 10 Chippewas, their 2nd first down of the ball game. They trail at 28-0 here at the Big House. QB run with Flores across the 35 to the 40. Out near midfield, and he's chopped down by a pair of Michigan tacklers. Again, another 1st down out to the 47-yard line. It's Sanders and Mangum in the Michigan secondary on the stop.
Here's where you want to make sure you're up 28-0. You can't have a lack of discipline. You can't look and say, well, I want to pad some stats. I want to get after the quarterback. The quarterback run, obviously, was something Michigan struggled with last week against Oklahoma, and that's the first design run that they've had for the quarterback, but it was a huge success for Central Michigan.
Gain of 17, 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Flores, snap, and bounces the ball short of his intended receiver out there. Tommy McIntosh, junior out of DeWitt, incomplete. Jaden Sanders in coverage there. It'll be 2nd and long.
That was a self-preservation throw. That was Derek Moore that had beat the tackle on the snap of the ball, was running downhill at the quarterback, and he just said, I'm not taking this hit. I'm going to get rid of it, and it just bounced to the receiver.
Michigan getting a lot of production out of the edge position in this ball game from a lot of different players. Cole Sullivan playing on one side, Derek Moore on the other. On this 2nd and 10, Flores is going to roll out to his left. Got some room to run to the 50, dives into Michigan territory down to the 48-yard line where TJ Metcalf is credited with the tackle, a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down.
Here's the difference of having a veteran player, Jayshawn Barham, on the edge versus Cole Sullivan. Jayshawn takes more of an up-the-field track towards the quarterback, whereas Cole Sullivan is more downhill, played right into the tackle, and the quarterback escapes out that side. If he just heads upfield a little bit more, it cuts off that escape route for the quarterback.
3rd down and 5 for the Chippewas into Michigan territory for the first time today. Flores in a shotgun will take the snap and go QB run left and battles and stays on his feet and gets the 1st down outside the numbers on the far side down to the 35-yard line of the Wolverines, where TJ Metcalf brings him down. Move the chains again here for the Chippewas. And they're getting a little rhythm here with Angel Flores, the transfer from Northern Arizona, in at quarterback.
Well, and running back Trey Cornish did a nice job of leading up through that hole, and that's the benefit when you run that quarterback run, which we've seen for Michigan now. On Bryce's long run, you had Max Bredesen as that extra blocker. Now you've got Trey Cornish, who is acting as that extra blocker, pulling through the hole.
1st and 10 from the Michigan 34-yard line. Flores fakes a run, now pulls the football down and delivers a pass. Incomplete, looking for Langston Lewis down the near sideline at the 20-yard line. Throw came up short. TJ Metcalf in coverage there. It'll be 2nd down.
Great job by the secondary of not biting on the quarterback run. And, I mean, hey, Flores takes a couple of steps towards the line of scrimmage and then backs out, fakes that quarterback run that's been successful for him on this drive. Michigan defensive backs didn't fall for it. They were disciplined, stay with their reads.
2nd down and 10. Michigan showing a 5-man front. Jayshawn Barham in there at the edge rusher again. Snap. And Flores is going to roll out to his right and deliver underneath. He's got his tight end across the 30 down to the 27-yard line short of the sticks. Brought down by Jimmy Roller is Nathan Van Timmeren. And a gain of 8 on 2nd down.
Well, the big story last week was one of them, not being able to get off the field on 3rd down. So far, Michigan has, forced 8 third down situations. They've held Central Michigan to 3 of 8. Another opportunity here 3 yards, you've got to find a way to get a stop and force them to either go for it on fourth or try and go for a long field goal.
3rd down and 3 from the Michigan 27-yard line. Watch the QB run here with Flores. In a shotgun, takes the snap and hands it off up the middle, and breaking a tackle. Flag is down, and down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line is Trey Cornish. Jayshawn Barham on the stop, but we got to see what this flag's all about.
I don't know if it's a hold or they might actually call a tripping call.
Wait the call from our lead official, Matthew Richards.
Face mask.
Nope.
Defense number 0.
It's a face mask call on Trey Williams, and they're going to get half the distance to the goal here. So the Chippewas putting together their first drive of the game with 3:14 to go first half, trailing 28-0. In fact, it's going to be 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line.
Trey Williams just punched at the chest. His hand got a little bit high. Not really sure I would have called that hands to the face, but it is what it is, and they've got to reset.
We see Eno Etta in there in the interior of that Michigan defensive line. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Snap, Flores back to pass, delivers far side. He's got his receiver, and the Wolverines are there to swarm him underneath. This is open field tackling at its finest. TJ Metcalf, the man to bring down Tyson Davis. He actually lost 2 yards.
It's such a hard play to defend when you're out there all by yourself taking on a corner. Wow. You got him on one arm and you're trying to make a tackle with the other. That's where, hey, you just want to make sure if I can hold him up long enough for the reserves to come. Pursuit is so big for this Michigan defense.
2nd and goal from the 12 here for the Chippewas. 28-0 Michigan. 2:10 to go first half. Flores takes the snap, QB run right, and the Wolverines stack it up at the 10. Just inside the 10, Damon Payne, the transfer from Alabama, leading the Michigan tacklers. It'll be 3rd down as we reach the 2-minute timeout here in Ann Arbor. Wolverines on top, 28-0. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. Proud partner of the University of Michigan. Michael Hanna, 150 West Jefferson Avenue, Detroit, Michigan, 48226.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Taylor to the 20, down to the 15, down to the 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Billy Taylor!
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Just like your favorite sports team, you need a solid defense to protect what's important to you. Whether it's your business, home, or auto, turn to Lake Michigan Insurance Agency and Michigan-based Frankenmuth Insurance to keep you covered. Visit Lake Michigan Insurance Agency today at www.lmiainsurance.org. That's www.lmiainsurance.org.
The season's hottest shows are coming to Motor City Casino Soundboard. Join the crowd for the iconic pop rock group Hanson September 18th. Laugh along with the wild improv comedy of Colin Mockery and Brad Sherwood September 21st. Then blow the whistle with the legendary Too Short October 2nd. Only at Motor City Casino Soundboard. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com today.
Welcome you back to the game, brought to you by Founders Brewing Company. Doug Karsh, John Jansen, Jason Avant. John, Jason, what did you like most as the Wolverines have built a 28-0 lead here in Ann Arbor?
Well, I'll probably speak for, I don't want to steal too much of Jason's thunder, but I love the opening up the passing game. And I don't love the interception. Talked about why I think he threw that interception, but I love that they're giving him the chance, the risk versus reward. You know you're going to have some turnovers at some point. He's a young player, he's going to make mistakes, but let him go out there and make some of those mistakes. How many times have we seen great plays to this point?
Yeah, I agree with John there. These guys work. Everyone works, not just the running backs, not just the line. The receivers work, and it's good for them to have a day where they can get the ball and contribute to the win.
See Elijah Dotson in on this third down and goal play from the 10. He's split out man-to-man coverage to the near side as the Wolverines try to keep Central out of the end zone. Empty backfield for Angel Flores in at quarterback, 3rd and goal from the 10. They're going to roll Flores out to the right. He's going to tuck it inside the 10. Hello, meet Mr. Cole Sullivan, who brings him down at the 5. Another one of those good tackles, and we get a clock stoppage, and I believe Michigan took a timeout with 1:52 to go. It'll be 4th and goal from the 4.
I love the play by Cole Sullivan. He's taking on a blocker. He's reading what the quarterback is doing, and as soon as the quarterback commits to the run, he sheds the block, comes off, and makes a tackle. And I mean, if he doesn't make that tackle or if he misses, that's an easy touchdown.
And, John, he didn't just make the tackle. He put his body on him. It wasn't any arm business. He put his whole center line on him. That was a great job by Cole Sullivan.
That was crossbars right between the numbers, right down the middle line. And, I mean, that was textbook.
You know, earlier in the year, they were playing New Mexico. Wolverines, and Cole Sullivan had a sack, had his first career interception. Yeah. I said, hey, what was your favorite? And he said, actually, it was kick coverage because I got to run down field and blow up some guys. And I'm like, you are a football player, Cole Sullivan.
Yeah, when Max ends up graduating, and now we're going to have the tough guy of the team is going to be Cole Sullivan.
It's going to be a Cade Graham field goal attempt, the 5th-year senior out of Caledonia High School. This will be a 22-yard field goal attempt from the right hash. Snap is good. Hold is good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And Central's on the board. It's 28-3. And congratulations to Cade Graham. That is 3 more points than he scored his entire high school career because he did not play high school football.
Oh, was he a soccer player?
He was a wrestler and a soccer player who got bored during COVID, went out and just started kicking field goals, went to a camp at Central, and they said, we like you. Would you like to walk on? He had never played high school football.
That might be the most unique sports combo I've ever heard. A wrestler who plays soccer.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I don't know if he was a soccer player who wrestled.
I don't either. I just know that his he wasn't a high school kicker.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
That is a great story.
Wolverines lead at 28-3, and Michigan will get the football back.
You asked what we liked, and both Jason and I talked about offensively what we've seen from this team. We love the fact that they're opening it up. You're starting to see them allow Bryce to be able to make some plays with the risk of, having some negative plays. I think the positives greatly outweigh the negatives. But on defense, the big shift that we've seen is Cole Sullivan, Jayshawn Barham as the edge defender. And they've paired that with 3 bigs on the inside. It's been Trey Williams, Rayshawn Benny, Damon Payne. We've seen Trey Pierce in there. Eno Etta has been in there. Really like what Wink's doing defensively.
Andrew Marsh will field this kickoff at the 5 and bring it out to the 10, to the 15, running to the near sideline, hesitates and turns the corner at the 20, puts his shoulder down and knocked out of bounds at the 21-yard line. And Coach Biff Poggi, filling in for Sharon Moore, used that timeout. So we assume here with 1:45 to go first half, and the Wolverines up 28-3. We're going to see a 2-minute offense here for Michigan.
Get a chance to, again, at game speed, put Bryce, this offensive line that has had a lot of pieces that weren't there at the start of the season, put them in position to have to make some plays in unique situations.
From the 21, will run right with Justice Haynes out to the 25, plows forward to where he's dropped right there. And the Wolverines go hurry up, clock running, 1:34 to go. Michigan lining up quickly, gain of 4 on first down. Haynes back in the backfield off the left hip of Bryce Underwood, who takes the snap. Quickly delivers, and he's got it to Channing Goodwin, who battles forward and gets the first down at the 31-yard line. They'll move the chains and stop the clock with 1:22 to go. Wolverines hustle to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. Underwood takes the snap. Back to pass. Now he'll step up in the pocket and bounce out there to the left. Keeps his eyes downfield. Now he'll tuck and run 35-40 and step out of bounds at the 42-yard line. That's enough for another Michigan first down, and the clock stops with 1:04 to go.
Doug, see how until he crosses the line of scrimmage, he keeps his eyes downfield. He is constantly looking, can I throw the ball? He's a passer first, but boy, I really like him on the ground there and getting out of bounds without getting hit.
From the 42, Underwood in a shotgun. Ball in the near hash. Wolverines going right to left. Back to pass is Underwood. Shovel pass underneath. He's got Jordan Marshall. Check that. Justice Haynes across the 50, turning the quarter to 45, down to the 41 of Central Michigan, where he's knocked out of bounds. Another first down. Caleb Spann on the stop. Clock stops. 55 seconds to go. Wolverines trying to add to this 28-3 lead.
Nice job of Sprague of inviting that edge rusher, making him feel like he's beat him up the field. That opens up the hole for Justice Haynes to be able to catch that ball and get some yardage.
First and 10 Michigan from the 42-yard line. Stepping up in the pocket is Bryce Underwood, keeping his eyes downfield, delivers, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Looking for his tight end, Hogan Hansen, at about the 25. Passing complete. Clock stops. 50 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the Central 42.
Tackles are opening up their hips just a little bit early, and that is affecting the depth of the or at least the width of the pocket. Nice job by Bryce of stepping up, escaping.
50 seconds to go in the half from the Central 42. Underwood takes the snap, delivers near side. He's got Channing Goodwin, 35-30, knocked out of bounds, stopping the clock again. They'll spot it at the 32-yard line. Good enough for another Michigan first down, well within the range of Dominic Zavada with 45 seconds to go in the half.
Here's what I love about this drive. Bryce Underwood picks up just enough yardage and gets out of bounds. Justice Haynes getting tackled on the sidelines, gets out of bounds. Same thing there. Channing Goodwin knows exactly where he's got to get, but still gets out of bounds, stopping the clock, picking up the first.
Wolverines have all 3 timeouts, 3 receivers, split wide right with the ball on the left hash. Quick pass out there to Samaj, and he drops it. Had a wide receiver screen set up. Marlon Klein out in front blocking. Clock stops with 43 seconds to go.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, he has to catch that one, and he was out there peeking, seeing if he was going to get hit rather than catching the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Marlon Klein had everything was set up for a big play on that one. If he just catches the ball, he's at least running for another first.
Same formation with 3 receivers, split wide right, 1 to the left. Back to pass is Underwood, 40 seconds to go, clock running, bails out of there to the left. Makes one man miss, now across the 30 down to the 27-yard line, and I believe Biff Poggi will use his first timeout with 34 seconds to go. Stopping the clock for a third down play from the Central 27, Kalen Carroll on the stop for the Chippewas.
Nice decision by Bryce. I know that he wanted to try and get out of bounds. He knew that probably wasn't going to be possible, so he turned upfield, picked up a couple extra yards, knowing that they got the timeouts in their pocket to be able to call that timeout. Now they're going to be left with a 3rd and 5. A little bit more manageable than 3rd and 7 and not stopping the clock.
Jason, something interesting I'm seeing, even when the Wolverines stop the clock getting out of bounds or on an incomplete pass, they're hustling to the line of scrimmage and not huddling, which they don't need to do. Are you doing that to keep the defense from subbing or seeing what you're at? Or are you just practicing that for maybe later in the year?
Yeah, they're practicing that. A lot of times the coaches don't allow them if they run out of bounds in those situations. So you kind of practice, just like the defense will. When the ball is on the ground, everyone scoops up. So you just get used to 2-minute tempo of hustling to the line.
Gotcha. 2 timeouts remaining for Michigan, 34 seconds to go in the half. They lead at 28-3. 3rd down and 5 from the Central 27-yard line. Underwood back to pass. Looking and delivers. He's got McCulley at the 20, inside the 20. Dives out of bounds at the 17-yard line. First down, Michigan with 27 seconds to go.
John, he almost made you look bad right there with the comments about getting out of bounds.
Oh, man. I know. When he originally turned inside, I'm like, oh, boy, but get out of bounds. And he was able to fight there. But, yep, you nailed it.
Wolverines in the red zone from the 18-yard line of the Chippewas. 27 seconds to go in the half. 2 receivers to either side. One of them, Marlon Klein, who comes in motion back to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun for Underwood. Claps his hands, takes the snap. Back to pass, delivers. Channing Goodwin inside the 10 to the 5, battling for the goal line. He's dragged down at the 1-yard line with 19 seconds to go. Clock running here. Down to 16 seconds. No timeout. Wolverines got timeouts. 13 seconds, 12, 11. And the clock should have stopped on the first down, right? And they're going to have to correct it. They got to stop the game. You're right, Jason. The clock should have stopped on a first down.
Yes, 100%.
That's why Biff Poggi wasn't using the timeout.
Yeah, we thought we were in the NFL for a second right there. The officials got confused.
By the way, good throw from Bryce Underwood to Channing Goodwin on that crossing route.
Yeah, I mean, protection was there, and unblocked defender, he gets rid of the ball right before he gets home, and what I was hoping was that they would stop the clock and that there would be a little bit more of a sense of urgency to get up and spike the ball to save more time. And
Clock operator, please put 12 seconds on the clock. 12 seconds on the clock.
I think it should be more than that.
Correction on the snap.
Now, did Michigan use a timeout? The Michigan did use a timeout there because they had 2 left, right? Now
no, they only had 1 left.
They had 1 left.
And the beautiful thing about them not stopping the clock and now correcting it, the ball won't be snapped, or the clock won't start until it's snapped.
Wolverines have it, 1st and goal from the 1. Snap, Underwood hands it off. It's Jordan Marshall up the middle and into the end zone for a Michigan touchdown. 34-3 here in Ann Arbor, and that renders the clock irrelevant as the Wolverines get it in the end zone. What a 2-minute drill.
It was everything that you would draw up in regards to Bryce always looking to the sidelines, getting the ball out over there. Even when he escaped the pocket, he gets out of bounds, picking up a first down, and when he doesn't, that's when you start using your timeouts.
Greg Tarr will snap it. Hudson Hollenbeck will put it down. Dominic Zavada, kick is up, and the kick is once again good. And Michigan's lead here with 9 seconds to go in the first half extended to 35-3. That 1-yard Jordan Marshall touchdown run brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. That drive, 11 plays, 79 yards in 1 minute and 36. Wow, what execution for a freshman quarterback. Chip Lindsey's offense. He's got to feel great about what he saw here in the first half.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, as a play caller, you know he's having a lot of fun being able to dial up a heck of a lot more than he was in the first 2 weeks. And, you know, and it's – I think there's probably a lot of people saying, oh, well, this is what we should have seen last week. There's a progression that you have to go through to get to this point. Sure, we would have loved to have seen more of this playbook last week against Oklahoma, but you're also playing against a completely different level of defense.
Yeah. Totally different defense. That Venables' defense last week was blitzing from everywhere, but it's good to get this timing and get guys involved and also be aggressive in a 2-minute situation. I know in my time of covering Michigan, we would have kind of ran the clock out rather than go for it in that 2-minute situation.
Biff Poggi says no, sir, using his timeouts, and Michigan now kicking off to Central, who'll get the ball first here in the second half, but 9 seconds to go. We assume this will be the score going to the break, 35-3, as Sunderland kicks it out of the back of the end zone. And Chip Lindsey, it's interesting talking to him because we hear all the fans say, turn Bryce loose, use his feet. You talked to Chip Lindsey this week, and he's like, yeah, I think we're looking to do some of that. And they looked to do it last week, but Oklahoma in the RPO game would line up in such a way that would have Bryce handing it off and not keeping it when he has those decide plays to make, puts the ball in the belly of the running back. Does he pull it or does he hand it off? And Oklahoma is forcing him to hand it off.
Yeah, and even the successful runs that he's had. I mean, the touchdown run obviously was a called quarterback run, but everything else has been there's nowhere to throw the ball, so he makes the decision of, I'm going to pick up first down and yardage with my feet.
Central will take a knee, and we'll go to the locker room with Michigan leading 35-3. Well, that was a good half of football for the Maize and Blue. Nice job, Biff Poggi.
Yep.
Also nice job, Chip Lindsey, Rick Martindale, and J.B. Brown. Wolverines on top big. Halftime festivities to come. We'll have analysis from Jack Miller. Hear from Jason Avant. We'll have coach's thoughts from the halftime locker room, what Coach Poggi had to say as Michigan put up 362 yards of total offense, including 211 through the air. Wolverines leading rusher, Bryce Underwood, 7 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown. Brian Bush will anchor our coverage. We have scores around the country with Rob Joyce. Stick with us. Wolverines on top 35-3 here in Ann Arbor. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor, official partner of Michigan Athletics. Whether you're tailgating or headed to the big house, Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor has the perfect vehicle for every fan. New or pre-owned, our team has a large inventory of vehicles ready for you today. And a special offer for Wolverine fans, receive a $1,000 discount and 3 years of maintenance on any new Lexus purchase when you mention this ad. Stop by Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor or get started at lexusofannarbor.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Foguth Financial Group is the proud wealth management partner of Michigan Athletics. The 4th annual Night Out at the Big House sold out, but due to increased demand, another date is scheduled for Thursday, November 6th. Learn strategies for managing the risks of retirement and enjoy complimentary dinner and drinks, door prizes, and exclusive access to Tour Michigan Stadium. Just go to mgoblue.com/bighouse to sign up. That's mgoblue.com/bighouse. Limited seats are available.
Introducing Celsius, the energy you need for Michigan football. Pop open a can of Celsius and experience a refreshing taste made with proven ingredients, zero sugar, and essential vitamins, helping you keep up with every play and celebration. Whether you're in the big house or cheering from your couch, Celsius keeps you energized for every quarter. Find Celsius at a retailer near you or at Celsius.com. Celsius. Live fit. Go.
Let's break down the first half of action. Welcome to the Halftime Show, driven by Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor, proud partner of University of Michigan Athletics. Online at lexusofannarbor.com. Analysis, highlights, and stats are on the way. Now, here's your host, Rob Joyce.
Fun first half for the Big House. Michigan 35-3 up on Central Michigan. So we look back at a lot of first half highlights. Wolverines the ball first. The pass game came out ready from the get-go. Gains of 11, 10, 16 yards. Gets the ball inside the 30 right out of the chute. Then Bryce Underwood, a 16-yard scramble on 3rd and 5 inside the 10. He did most of the work on the drive. Justice Haynes took the ultimate reward.
First and goal from the 2. Underwood takes the snap. Handoff up the middle. It's Justice Haynes into the blue for a Michigan touchdown.
10 plays, 75 yards in 4 minutes opens the scoring. Defense did its part with a 7-0 lead. First play, Jayshon Barham's sack for a loss of 8 sparks a 3 and out, gives the ball right back to the offense and picks it right back up. 3rd and 10, Underwood hits Samaj Morgan for 21 yards inside the Chips 40. 3 plays later, another 3rd down, same players, even better outcome.
3rd and 4 from the CMU 32-yard line. Shotgun for Underwood, ball on the right hash, moving left to right. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Looking, and he's going to fire to Samaj downfield inside the 5. Samaj has it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. 32 yards. Bryce Underwood to Samaj Morgan, and Michigan leads it 13-0 on Samaj's first touchdown catch of the season.
14-zip midway through the first, another 3 and out by the defense. Bryce right back to work, a keeper for 28 on the second play to the CMU 33. And then the first takeup's for Michigan. A hold sets things back, wipes out a Jordan Marshall touchdown. Dominic Zvada then misses a 47-yard field goal attempt. Still end of one, 14-0. Michigan outgaining CMU 172 to -1. Early second, Michigan the ball again. Andrew Marsh, a 30-yard grab into plus territory. Hogan Hansen goes up top for 26. 2 deep shots. That opens up the ground game for the freshman.
1st and 10 from the Chippewa 20-yard line. QB run. It's Underwood going left. 20, 15, 10. Underwood to the pylon. Is he in? His touchdown, Wolverines. Bryce Underwood from 20 yards out. As he's approaching 100 yards on the ground already, early second quarter, and the Wolverines have taken a 20-0 lead.
77 yards, just 4 plays. At this point, Central Michigan trying to get anything going. Goes for it on 4th and 1 from its own 33. Completes a pass for no gain. Brandon Hillman stops the receiver short. A turnover on downs. 2 plays later, Michigan makes him pay.
Blake Frazier in on that offensive line again as they have an extra offensive lineman to the right, but they're going to run a reverse to Andrew Marsh. 25-20. He's got a lane inside the 15. Breaks a tackle at the 10. Down the near sideline and into the end zone for another Michigan touchdown. The freshman into the end zone for the first time in his career on a reverse, and Michigan leads it 27-0.
All Wolverines at this point. Then a rare mistake next time with the ball. Underwood an interception for the first time all day. CMU generated a sustained drive. 10 plays inside the Michigan 10. It would stall from there. Would get on the board with a short field goal. Gives the Wolverines a chance to run the 2-minute drill heading into half. 3 first downs gets him into field goal range. A 4th into the red zone. Then Channing Goodwin a catch and muscles his way for 17 yards to the 1. Under 15 seconds left. And Michigan will finish the half in style.
Wolverines have it. 1st and goal from the 1. Snap. Underwood hands it off. It's Jordan Marshall up the middle and into the end zone for a Michigan touchdown. 34-3 here in Ann Arbor, and that renders the clock irrelevant as the Wolverines get it in the end zone. What a 2-minute drill.
11 plays, 79 yards in 96 seconds, came with 9 seconds left in the half. At the break, it's 35-3. Michigan racking up 362 yards of offense, 297 total from Underwood. 211 through the air, 86 on the ground in a couple of scores. Today's halftime show driven by Jermaine Lexus of Ann Arbor, proud partner of University of Michigan Athletics, online at lexusofannarbor.com. We'll take a timeout, run through the day in the Big Ten Top 25 next. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Your Barbasol shave is a time for self-reflection. Look in that mirror and ask yourself, can I make a real difference in this world? Of course you can. Just not today. The big game is on. Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Players toward the end zone. Touchdown! Mario Manningham got it on the post, and Michigan will win.
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credits plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at tmobile.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Michigan. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Michigan and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the University of Michigan.
Michigan leads Central Michigan 35-3. Time for another check of the out-of-town scoreboard. Every other game in the Big Ten involves someone being shut out. Our game is the exception. At the half in Evanston, 4th-ranked Oregon leads Northwestern 17-0. Also at the half in Tuscaloosa, Wisconsin trails at number 19, Alabama 21-0. The other 2 games against FCS foes, Nebraska 38-0 over Houston Christian late first half. And then at the break, Maryland 34-0 leaders over Towson. Still to come, Purdue and USC highlights the 3:30 slate. The other games all against FCS foes as well. Penn State, Villanova, Rutgers, Norfolk State, Michigan State, Youngstown State. Then tonight, Ohio State hosts Ohio. Illinois welcomes in Western Michigan. Both of those get underway at 7. Iowa battles UMass at home at 7:30. And then Minnesota rounds out the night in the conference, heads on the road to Cal for a 10 o'clock kick from Berkeley. So that's the day in the Big Ten. It's time now to look nationally at the top 25. It's brought to you by Pioneer State Mutual Insurance. Going on right now, an interesting game in the ACC at the half. Number 12 Clemson trails at Georgia Tech. It is 13-7 Yellow Jackets. Remember, Clemson started the year with a loss at home to LSU, then last week was down 16-3 at the break to Troy before turning things around in the second half and winning by 2 scores. Other games, 13th ranked Oklahoma all over Temple on the road, 25-3 late second quarter in Philly. Number 24 Auburn with a 14-3 edge over South Alabama early second quarter on the Plains, and then end of first in Columbia, 25th ranked Missouri, a 14-0 edge, and the Tigers are driving for more on Louisiana. Of the notable games still to come, SEC showdown at 3:30, number 15 Tennessee and 6th ranked Georgia in Knoxville. 4:30, number 5 Miami welcomes an 18th ranked South Florida. Then 7:30 tonight, number 8 Notre Dame vies for its first win of the year, takes on 16th ranked Texas A&M. Irish lost week 1 to Miami. We're off last week. That top 25 scoreboard brought to you by Pioneer State Mutual Insurance, a Michigan tradition since 1908. 30 minutes complete. Michigan 35, CMU 3. Brian, Jason, and Jack break down the first half next as you listen to Michigan football from Learfield.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go, go!
Run, James!
No, first base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Haskins scores! Untouched from the 4-yard line!
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Back here at the Big House, Michigan all over Central Michigan, 35-3. Today's halftime show driven by Jermaine Lexus of Ann Arbor, proud partner of University of Michigan Athletics. Online at lexusofannarbor.com. Brian Bush, Jack Miller, high atop Michigan Stadium. Jason Avant down on the sidelines here at the Big House. Jason, let's talk about the aerial attack leading the way for Michigan's offense. 211 passing yards, and Bryce Underwood throwing at 62%. What have you liked?
Who is this team? This is Steve Spurrier's Florida Gators team that's going on in the Big House today. I was so surprised to see us throw the ball as much as we did. We came out, and I think it was like 6 of the first 7 plays were passes. So it's great to see Samaj get a touchdown and these guys get a chance to make plays on the ball. And we saw that if they have the opportunity that they can make plays. You saw that from McCulley. You saw that from everyone that had their opportunities. Great play on the sideline by Hogan Hansen. But I'm just surprised, but I'm elated as well for these guys. So they try really hard each and every week and never get those opportunities, but today was their time.
It's been fun to watch them air it out that way, but even more impressive maybe is Bryce Underwood running the ball himself when it hasn't been there, him taking off, using his feet. They called a couple design quarterback runs, but him just playing football, and when it's not there, take off and go gain yards. I think it's 8 yards. What's he got, 86 yards, something like that with 8 carries. So really impressive to see. He's putting the full game together. It's been fun to watch thus far.
I do think Bryce will need to incorporate the slide a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's one aspect that's important to note. But every Michigan rusher who has had at least one rush has scored a touchdown, including the reverse to Andrew Marsh. Jack, the refurbished offensive line, what have you seen?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to be hypercritical right now, but we are struggling to get pushed running the ball. A bit of a concern. Obviously, Justice Haynes goes down to score. I think Jordan Marshall scored that touchdown that gets called back with Marsh's hold. Disappointing, though. The offensive line, a little shaky, not getting enough movement, playing a little high. You'd like to see that running game get going. You're going to need it, obviously. And here in the second half with a blowout, you can pretty much bank on the fact that they're going to go back to that and try to shore some things up. So that's probably the one weak spot that you could pick at in a 35-3 ball game.
Yeah, I'm surprised, Jack, how many stalemates we've had at the line of scrimmage where guys are not getting movement. It's just surprising for Central Michigan.
From a drive standpoint for Central Michigan offensively, before that 14-play, 81-yard field goal drive late in the second quarter, Central Michigan had these yardages for their drives: -8, 6, 7, 9, -5. Michigan has really dominated from a defensive standpoint. And Jason, they've done it with some different ways. Jayshawn Barham coming off the edge, we knew that. But how about the Cole Sullivan look at edge? What have you seen defensively?
Well, they're on a play that I believe it was Angel Flores. He had a run, a nice, decent run, but Cole Sullivan came off the edge and just completely destroyed the left tackle. So I like to see I like those guys in different positions. He's 6'5", he's a big guy, and it's just they're so versatile. Our defense is really versatile, and that's what it's showing you. TJ Guy is not playing today, but you see Jayshawn Barham come in and provide 2 sacks in the first half. And also you have other guys like Troy Bowles and other guys that are stepping up to replace him. So our defense is very versatile. The only time that they had movement, Central Michigan, was because of a turnover on our end.
Barham's a real problem off the edge. His athleticism is going to be a nightmare for teams to plan against as we go throughout the course of the season. But I like what I'm seeing from the defense. We talked all week about just getting back to the fundamentals, getting back to basics, and being good at that. They've been stout at the point of attack. They've gotten off blocks. They've tackled very well. This defense has been all over Central Michigan. It's great to see them rebound that way.
Yeah, 4th and a half a yard. Brandon Hillman, what amazing play! That was a critical play in this game.
Yeah, Doug and John talked about the open field tackling. That was the best of the bunch. An incredible play.
Yeah, and just switching gears real quick, great to see Andrew Marsh get started. Had a chance to see him during training camp and was really impressed with him. And to come out today and kind of have his welcoming party has been awesome. I think he's going to be a really, really good threat for Michigan down the line.
It'll be interesting, guys. How does Michigan utilize the second half? If they can keep this significant distance, there's an argument both ways here, Jason. Either you want to keep letting your starters get, especially offensively, get more confidence, get rolling, or do you want to try to test out deep into the depth chart? Where do you stand on it, Jason?
No, I say you go and get one more touchdown and you put as many reserves in as you can. It's a long season. It's a Big Ten season. We like to run the football. We have guys that are banged up. We want to get those guys out of there as soon as possible.
Jack, do you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think you do one more drive. You want to get the practice and the repetition of coming out after halftime. So you take a break and try to regather yourself. And then the coaches are telling these guys, hey, it's 0-0. So go back out there, be crisp, be efficient, and play good for one more drive, and then get the depth going and get some other guys reps.
35-3, Michigan pounding Central Michigan. That's the halftime show driven by Jermaine Alexis of Ann Arbor. Stay tuned. It'll be Doug Karsh, John Jansen, and Jason Devont bringing the second half. Next, this is Wolverines football from Learfield.
Hey Michigan fans, is it time to upgrade your outdoor living space? As the #1 brand in premium decking, TimberTech scores big points for real wood looks without the costly maintenance. It will never rot, warp, splinter, or peel. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck can perform at the top of its game season after season. TimberTech, official decking and railing partner of Michigan Athletics. Order free samples at timbertech.com. That's timbertech.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Protect small businesses with affordable coverage options. Get a quote today at progressivecommercial.com. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
It's time to think Ford first. Right now, check out the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months, with only $369 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Payment includes $1,000 RCO cash and $1,000 trade assist. Offers are only valid on package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by September 30th. See dealer for qualifications and details. So lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months with only $369 cash due at signing. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Today's broadcast is presented by DTE Energy. Participate in energy efficiency programs and rebates to lower your bills. DTE has tools, tips, and resources to help you save on energy. Small changes lead to big savings. Learn more at dteenergy.com/save energy. Wolverines, Chippewas. Welcome back to our coverage of Michigan's final non-conference game of the season. Here again, Doug Karsch and John Jensen.
35-3, Michigan on top of the Chippewas. 362 yards of total offense for Michigan to 109 for Central. Really only 2 plays probably that you can think they really want back. The interception and the missed field goal. But Michigan still 35-3 on top of Central. I thought Hollenbeck in the punt game has provided nothing.
No, he has not.
Yeah.
He has not. They have yet to punt.
Yes. Down on the field, Jason Avant. Biff Poggi addressing the team at halftime in his interim duties. What did he have to say to his team?
Coach Biff, what a football name. All right. To the offense, great balance. Don't let up. Let's run the ball. Impose our will on these guys. Knock them off the ball. Be consistent in the second half and make them want to quit. To the defense, get lined up every play. Be ready. Their only drive for points came when we weren't lined up. Tackle, no extra yards. And to the team, we have a lot of guys that work hard. Let's give them an opportunity to play. Let's finish.
Go. Yeah, that's what they'd like to do, I think, is maybe get a drive in, maybe get one more score, and then empty the bench. Hey, that welcome back brought to you by Founders Brewing Company. It's not a Michigan game day without a Michigan-made beer. Founders Brewing Company, proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. Welcome to Kraft. We'll get another touchback on the kickoff to open half number 2 here in Ann Arbor, and we'll see the CMU offense from their own 25-yard line. And Michigan defensively, 1 drive allowed, but the new configuration with Jason Barham on the edge has been effective.
1 drive allowed, and they've allowed 1 17-yard run. That was by the quarterback. Other than that, I mean, the other longest plays at another 8-yard run, an 8-yard reception. They have not allowed a reception over 10 yards. And conversely, Michigan's got 10 of them over 10 yards.
Jacob Oden is getting a start here in the second half at one of the safety spots. And they'll go with the quarterback Labus handing it off up the middle. Jason Barham drops the running back Cornist for a gain of 1, maybe half a yard on first down.
Jason's down.
Well, this is not something you need.
Not on the first play of the second half.
He's getting up slowly, trying to get up, and athletic trainer out there.
I have no idea what happened. What it appeared was when he tackled the running back, he may have fallen on his shoe, got a bruise on the hip.
I'm not sure he didn't get hit down there.
That could be the way he is.
Jason, can we get an update?
Yeah, that's what it looked like he's grabbing, you guys. I don't know what else to say.
Well, you can come back from that. It just, for a minute there, it doesn't feel like you're coming back.
He made it very obvious.
Yeah, okay. All good.
Yep. Play 2.
They're going to say no gain on that stop by Barham. 2nd down and 10. Labus, in the shotgun. Takes the snap. We'll hand it off to Cornish running left. And again, no running room. This Michigan defensive front has just dominated the day. Amongst the Michigan tacklers, Rayshawn Benny, Jimmy Roller got in there.
And it's a great job by Derek Moore taking on a defender. That's a read option, and quarterback has the choice whether he wants to keep it or not, and he wants no part of Derek Moore, so he hands it off to his running back. And everyone up front right now is doing their job, taking on their blocks, taking on double teams, allowing those linebackers to step up and make plays.
Elijah Dotson's in there, a freshman. Jacob Oden, rather, is in there, a sophomore, and Jaden Sanders, another freshman in that Michigan secondary on this 3rd down and 9. Labus takes the snap, rolls out to the right. Here comes the rush, and he escapes Derek Moore to the 20 and delivers it short of the first down. Gets it to, I believe, his tight end, Dryden, and Jaden Sanders on the stop. There's Tommy McIntosh, rather, on the catch. The transfer from Wisconsin, a DeWitt, Michigan product, short of the sticks. But Labus did all he could to get away from Derek Moore, who had him dead to rights. And Moore's a little slow coming off the field.
Derek Moore did all he could to get to the quarterback. So did Cole Sullivan. And I honestly cannot believe Cole Sullivan got mugged. Should have been a holding call on that play.
Punt situation for Declan Dooley. The transfer from Illinois puts his left foot into it and sails a punt to Samaj, who signals for a fair catch and makes a diving catch at the 31-yard line. And that's where Michigan will get their first play from scrimmage here in the second half.
Well, you got to love the 3 and out and the fact that they, great job on the defense. Jay Sean Barnum on first down, and you're watching the coverage downfield on third down. Now it's a matter of this Michigan offense. I'd really like in the second half, I'm sure they're going to still keep their full complement of offense open, but develop some of those confidence runs that you can pick up 5 or 6 yards. We've got to get better double teams up front, get some movement, and get off on the linebackers.
2 receivers split wide right, 1 to the left. That's Channing Goodwin, who now comes in motion and bubbles behind the quarterback, Bryce Underwood, who takes the snap and hands it off to Justice Haynes, running left, 40, 50, 45, 40, down the sideline. Flag is down. Justin Haynes in a foot race to the end zone. Touchdown, but a flag back at the 48-yard line. First play of the second half. That would be 2 weeks in a row if this stands, that Michigan goes a Justice Haynes long touchdown run, but we await the call, and everybody's coming back. And I got to tell you, Evan Link doesn't look happy.
Holding. Offense number 55. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
Nathan Afobe.
For 55, that's 20 yards past the line of scrimmage.
And that's a spot foul. This is going to be very close to a first down. They actually, after they march it off,
the play results in a first down.
There you go.
That's amazing.
That looked like a phantom holding right there, Sean.
I already talked about them holding Cole Sullivan. I think we'll just move on from the officiating at this point.
We can catch a replay of this one. Meantime, 1st and 10 Michigan from their own 40. After the touchdown nullified by a holding call, snap, and Underwood's going to go QB draw up the middle, 45, 50, steps out of bounds just inside the Chippewas territory at the 49-yard line. That's good for another first down. Caleb Spann chased him out. And Bryce Underwood getting very close to 100 yards rushing.
And you love the fact that I talked about this. Why were they not running the quarterback more? Well, and Sharon said, hey, if you have a mobile quarterback, you're going to run him. You need a second, unless he makes good decisions about being able to slide or get out of bounds. Great decision to step out of bounds and pick up a first.
On the 50, snap and a handoff to Justice Haynes, running right to the 45, runs over a tackler down to the 43-yard line, where he has dropped a gain of 7. Elijah Gordon credited with a stop, and the Wolverines have it 2nd and 3 from the central 43-yard line.
And that is, on that play, the first time I've seen this Michigan offensive line actually displace the defensive line. They need to be more consistent at doing that, getting a really good double team. You get your tackle up on the linebacker.
2nd and 3 from the central 43. Shotgun, snap, handoff. Justice Haynes running right. Hesitates, turns upfield at the 40, down to the 36-yard line, where he is gang tackled by a host of Chippewa tacklers, led by Caleb Spann. First down, Michigan, down to the central 36-yard line.
Now, when you have the ability to control the line of scrimmage, you're going to control the tempo of the game. You're going to be able to do pretty much whatever you want to do, and that's what Michigan wants in the second half here. They want to slow this game down. They want this clock to run as quickly as possible. I wouldn't be surprised to see them huddle up almost on every play, or if they're going to go at the line of scrimmage because they don't want subs, get up to the line of scrimmage and then just stand there. Wait for them.
Play clock down to 4 seconds here as Underwood takes the snap and hands it off to Haynes running right. Oh, makes a man miss, 30, and dives forward, gets what he can down to the 25-yard line. What a move in the open field. Maddox Blackwell brings him down. That's another Michigan first down.
Well, when you got that shake in the open field, That was a tremendous job of being able to get a guy moving one way and just put your foot in the ground, come back, and make him miss.
Haynes will check out. Jordan Marshall checks in. 1st and 10 from the central 25-yard line. 10:13 to go here, third quarter. Michigan up 35-3. Snap. Handoff. It's Marshall. He's got some running room across the 20 and chopped down at the 18-yard line of the Chippewas. Good running up the middle, and those guys up front, Guarnera and Crippen and Afobe getting the job done, and the tackles Lincoln Sprague. Gotta like the way they're blocking up front here, John.
Yeah, I mean, and this is all about being able to trust your technique and get those double teams, keep your shoulders square, get off on linebackers, whether it's Afobe at left guard, it's Sprague at right tackle.
Back to pass is Underwood. He's going to look to the end zone, delivering just out of reach of a diving receiver down there. Donovan McCulley in the end zone far side. The north end zone incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
I like how he laid it out there for him. And then, hey, it's not always going to be exactly right on. Let your receiver try and go make a play, but put it somewhere where they're not going to be able to get it.
Feels like Marlon Klein time here on 3rd down and 4. They're going to roll Bryce out to the left, and he'll deliver to the other tight end, Hogan Hansen, who's got a 1st down inside the 15, chopped down by Elijah Ricard. And the Wolverines move the chains again down to the 12-yard line. Boy, Bryce is so good on the move, isn't he?
He is, and he's getting so comfortable of being able to get on the move, deliver the ball, and make good decisions.
9:08 to go, third quarter. Michigan looking to add to their 35-3 lead. They're back in the red zone again. 1st and 10 from the central 12. Snap. They're going to roll Underwood out, and he'll deliver to Marlon Klein this time inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line, where he is tackled by Elijah Ricard again, and the Wolverines knocking on the door once again.
Well, and here's the thing is, because he does such a good job and has such great range of motion, he's able to roll to the left, and you see him almost square up while he's still running and be able to deliver a strike to the tight end. You can roll right, you can roll left. That is just so favorable for Chip Lindsey to be able to call this offense.
Snap and a handoff, and bouncing it outside is Jordan Marshall into the end zone for a Michigan touchdown from 4 yards out, and the Wolverines extend the lead to 41-3. How about that drive? I think Jack Miller at halftime, Jason Avant called it. You talked about it. Score on the first drive and empty the bench. The Wolverines have done the first part of that with 8:27 to go as Dominic Zavada's on for the extra point. Greg Tarr will snap it. Hudson Hollenbeck will put it down cleanly. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 42-3 from here in Ann Arbor. 8:27 to go, third quarter. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Hey Wolverine fans, defensive tackle Rayshawn Benny here. On the field, you learn quickly that wasted energy costs you the game. The same goes for your home. I'm teaming up with DTE Energy to help you tackle your energy waste with simple plays like sealing air leaks, upgrading insulation, and switching to LED lighting. Small steps can lead to big savings. It's not just smart, it's Michigan smart. Learn how to save money and reduce your energy use at dteenergy.com/save energy. Let's bring that championship mindset home. Go Blue.
Win with UMCU. Score a financial touchdown with the University of Michigan Credit Union's Go Blue checking account and get your exclusive Block M debit card for the extra point. UMCU's Go Blue checking account comes with no minimum balance, no hidden fees, and with the Block M debit card, you can show off your maize and blue wherever you go. Join today, Michigan fans. Visit umcu.org. That's umcu.org. UMCU is insured by NCUA.
Champions Circle is the leading Michigan athletics fan engagement community. We connect fans with once-in-a-lifetime experiences, produce public and private events, offer club memberships, and operate an online retail store, selling exclusive apparel, trading cards, autographs, and other memorabilia featuring Michigan student athletes. To become a member or learn more about how you can support your favorite Michigan student athletes, visit championscircleufm.com. Champions Circle is a proud sponsor of University of Michigan Athletics.
Michigan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
(42-3), Michigan on top here at the Big House midway through the third quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Michigan football from Learfield. (11 plays, 79 yards over a minute and 36 seconds. A Jordan Marshall 1-yard touchdown run brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Hey, just a reminder, you can follow us on social media, on Twitter at MGoBlueRadio, at MGoBlueRadio. Tell us who you are and where you're listening from. You may get a shout out on the air. So check us out. We'll try and give you pregame scene setters from whatever stadium we are in. And next week we will be in Lincoln, Nebraska. The first Big Ten game of the year. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Love going that trip to Lincoln.
Zavada, or check that Sunday. Is that Zavada kicking off? I believe it is. And it's fielded by Biggins inside the 5 to the 10 to the 15 and out to the 24, 25-yard line. Interestingly, went with Zavada on the kickoff there.
I mean, I would think going with Zavada there, they wanted to be a little bit more precise where they put that ball. It was, what, about the 3-yard line is where he caught it outside the numbers. Working on some things for the kick coverage team.
See the freshman Jordan Young in the secondary. Monroe High School in North Carolina getting some run. Wolverines leading it 42-3 here. 1st and 10 for the Chippewas from the 25-yard line. They'll go run right with Biggins, and there is nothing there. It's been the story all day. And snowing him under Eno Etta, dropping him for a loss of 1.
Yeah, and I mean, Central Michigan right now is kind of living the life that Michigan did last week against Oklahoma. That read option, there's just nothing there for the quarterback to keep. Unless it's called quarterback run, they've really struggled to run the football.
Angel Flores in at quarterback again. They usually play 3, believe it or not, but Jaden Glasser out of this game with an injury. On 2nd down and 11. Flores has the snap, delivers on a slant, and it's broken up. Who is that in coverage out there? Jacob Oden is the man that gets the PBU, setting up a 3rd down and long for Central.
Great coverage and great timing. Risk there anytime you jump in front of a receiver like that. If you've got that left hand or that outside hand, just not being able to keep control of it, you might get called for PI, but he does a nice job of body control.
3rd down and 11 for Central. Michigan showing a 5-man front. Dominic Nichols is in there. Young edge rusher they like. Flores pass is batted down. Getting the big paw up there is Trey Groovy. Big Trey Williams.
That's a great nickname for him. And, that with those 5 bigs up front, the 2 edge defenders and 3 bigs in the middle, they're doing a nice job of pushing the depth of the pocket, getting those offensive linemen's heels right on the quarterback, and then he's got no way to step up and raise up to try and get the ball over top of him.
That's his handle on one of the social media accounts is Trey Groovy.
Oh, perusing the social media, are you?
I was told. Samaj standing on his own 35-yard line to field this punt, and he gets hit by one of his own men, but hangs onto the football. That is an underrated play by Samaj Morgan. I believe it was Jordan Young who drilled his teammate just as he caught it. Young downfield blocking.
Did you get a tackle for that?
37 yards on the punt. Michigan will get the football back. We'll see if they empty the bench, leading 42-3 with 7:29 to go third quarter. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Hey, Wolverine fans! It's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Michigan football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Michigan Wolverines. Let's go, Wolverines! SeatGeek.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Michigan will answer the mantra for Lloyd Carr with one more win.
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Vogt Financial Group is the proud wealth management partner of Michigan Athletics. The 4th annual Night Out at the Big House sold out, but due to increased demand, another date is scheduled for Thursday, November 6th. Learn strategies for managing the risks of retirement and enjoy complimentary dinner and drinks, door prizes, and exclusive access to Tour Michigan Stadium. Just go to mgoblue.com/bighouse to sign up. That's mgoblue.com/bighouse. Limited seats are available.
Quiet down, here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
The Michigan 37-yard line. Underwood takes the snap, quickly gets it out there to Samaj Morgan, 35. He's got blockers in front of him, 40 out to the 45-yard line, where he's tripped up just shy of the first down. Gain of 8 on first down.
Boy, it's been a long time since we've seen a quarterback on those flare routes, dumping it off to the wide receivers or running backs, that has done such a good job of putting it in a place where the receiver can do something with it.
Two receivers split to the left, one to the right. Marlon Klein in at tight end on the left side. As Underwood puts Samaj Morgan in motion, takes the snap, hands it off, up the middle. It is Justice Haynes into the Chippewas territory, spins out of one tackle to the 40 and knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line of CMU by Elijah Ricard. Move the chains as Justice Haynes moves closer to 100 yards. Bryce Underwood is close to 100 yards rushing. Justice Haynes is close to 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, it's Samaj, obviously, they throw him the ball on the first down, and then on second down, they put him in motion, bring him across, and back. He's at the point of attack, does a nice job of sealing the edge, which allows Justice Haynes to get outside.
Under center now is Bryce Underwood. Haynes the lone setback. 1st and 10 from the central 39-yard line. Hand off to Haynes running right. He's got a little bit of room across the 40 down to the 35-yard line. Turns into a gain of 4 on first down. And we said we wanted to see more 4, 5s, and 6s today for the Michigan rushing attack. The explosives have been great. There wasn't that consistency. But even without Gio El-Hadi today, they're getting the job done up front. The running backs, some good hard running.
Yeah, we saw it on that opening drive. 4, 5, 6 yards, a bunch of 7-yard runs by Haynes and Marshall.
Haynes at 88 yards rushing right now. Bryce Underwood at 96. 2nd down and 6 for the Michigan offense. It's going to be Haynes up the middle across the 30, carrying tacklers down to the 27-yard line. And that's good for another Michigan first down. Jayon Jackson on the tackle at the 27. 1st and 10 Wolverines, 5:22 to go, third quarter.
Yep, that's the whole key right now. Move the sticks, let that clock keep running, and then find ways to continue to develop confidence in this O-line. I think we're going to see them. Maybe this is the last drive, but I think we'll see more of them simply because they've got to find a way opening up that Big Ten season next week. They've got to be operating at a high level.
Snap. Handoff. Haynes running left. Breaks one tackle in the backfield. That's Jordan Marshall inside the 25 down to the 21-yard line is the sophomore out of Cincinnati, actually a redshirt freshman, and a gain of 6 on first down.
Well, we've talked so much about Justice Haynes. Haven't seen a lot from Jordan Marshall just because it's always been, hey, give the ball to the hot hand. Love to see him get going as well. You develop that 1-2 punch in the backfield, now you become really dangerous. And shoot 1, 2, 3 with Bryce.
2 receivers split wide right. That's McCulley and Marsh.
Jalen Hoffman in there, tight end, flank to the left. A little toss sweep to Marshall, 25-20, and steps out of bounds at the 19-yard line of the Chippewas. Leviah Brown forcing him out of bounds.
Late flag all the way back by the back judge. He was standing in the end zone. He's 20 yards away from the line of scrimmage.
It's usually 12 men on the field type of penalty. Looks like the penalty is on Michigan.
After the play, personal foul. Offense number 4, late hit. 15-yard penalty. It'll be second down.
Well, Andrew Marsh.
Overzealous.
Yeah.
Jason, did you see it?
No, I didn't get a chance to see it. But he going to have to grow up here soon because you got to be dependable down the stretch of the season here. It's only so many rookie mistakes you can have.
He checks out of the ball game, and Fred Moore checks in. That backs Michigan up on this third down because it was after the play, and make it 3rd and 16 from the central 32-yard line. Handoff, it is Marshall running left. He breaks a couple of tackles inside the 20, and he's close to the first down. Caleb Spann brings him down. What a run there on 3rd and 16. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, I think they line up and go for it.
Want to get Zavada some confidence?
No.
Okay.
Run some more time off the clock. I think it's going to be a little bit more important to have confidence in your offensive line that you could pick up a 4th and 1. I know Zavada's probably shaking his confidence a little bit, having missed 2 kicks in back-to-back weeks.
They got Blake Frazier in there as an extra offensive lineman. Jordan Marshall is deep as Bryce Underwood under center. Takes the snap. Play action. They're going to roll Bryce out. He's in trouble back there. Now he's going to come back the other direction. 20, 15, 10. Bryce Underwood inside the 5. Makes a man miss to the end zone. Over 100 yards rushing today. Converting the first down and getting into the end zone as Bryce Underwood, and Michigan leads it 48-3.
Those are the special things that you can see from a guy with some special talent. He rolls out to the right. All he's doing is looking to dump the ball off for a 1-yard gain. No one is there. In fact, he is under pressure. Because he's rolling out, he knows if I go back the other way, there's probably not going to be anybody there, and does more than just pick up the first down.
Dominic Zavada on for the extra point. Snap is clean, hold is down, and the kick is up and good. 49-3, Michigan on top. Following that drive, 8 plays, 63 yards over 4 minutes and 17 seconds. The 18-yard Bryce Underwood touchdown brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down, before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Here's Charles Woodson, Michigan legend.
As a young man, I gave my all to the Wolverines, making history, earning a Heisman Trophy, and now I'm back. Introducing Woodson Whiskey, the first spirit sponsor in school history, crafted with the same passion and excellence that defined my career. Woodson Bourbon Whiskey, where legacy meets excellence. Go blue and go Woodson Whiskey. Cheers, and please drink responsibly.
The Maze Out at the Big House is almost here. The Wolverines host Wisconsin on October 4th, and all fans are encouraged to wear maize. You can still secure seats for the matchup with the Badgers by heading to SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of the Michigan Wolverines, so you can go blue, wear maize, and cheer loud on October 4th when Michigan meets Big Ten foe Wisconsin for the annual Maze-Out game at Michigan Stadium.
Today's broadcast is presented by DTE Energy. Participate in energy efficiency programs and rebates to lower your bills. DTE has tools, tips, and resources to help you save on energy. Small changes lead to big savings. Learn more at dteenergy.com/save energy. Now let's return to the Big House for more of Michigan's clash with Central Michigan.
49-3, Michigan on top of the Central Michigan Chippewas with 3:12 to go here, third quarter. Wolverines will kick off following the 18-yard touchdown run by Bryce Underwood, who now has 114 yards rushing. In the meantime, Justice Haynes is 4 yards shy of going over 100 yards.
Yeah, we talked about getting the running game going here in the second half.
Yeah.
134 yards on the ground versus 0 for Central Michigan.
They got Beckham Sunderland back in there to kick off. Zavada kicked off the first time. Nari Biggins is deep for CMU. And Sunderland booms that one out of the northern end zone. Wolverines leading it 49-3. Let's go to the update desk as we get a timeout. Let's go to the update desk for our guy, Rob Joyce. Scores from around the country. Anything interesting going on, Rob?
Not going to lie. Not really. Right now, at least in the Big Ten. Oregon's all over Northwestern, 31-0 late in the third quarter. Wisconsin is down at Alabama, end of the third quarter, 35-7, and the Tide have first and goal when the fourth quarter begins. Wisconsin's only touchdown, a kickoff return for a touchdown early in the third, after they give up an 80-yard touchdown to lead to the kickoff. Nebraska blanking an FCS team. Houston Christian 45-zip. Maryland 41-0 over Towson. Everything else still to come. 3:30 Purdue USC the highlight. Penn State, Rutgers, Michigan State all play FCS opponents tonight. More MAC schools. Ohio State hosts Ohio. Illinois welcomes in Western Michigan. Both of those get underway at 7. Iowa's at home against UMass at 7:30, and then Minnesota heads on the road to Cal for a 10 o'clock kick from Berkeley. Nationally, the big game of interest right now in the ACC midway through the third quarter. Clemson leads at Georgia Tech 14-13. Tigers were down 13-0, have back-to-back touchdowns to take the lead. Big games later on, Tennessee and Georgia from Knoxville at 3:30. Miami and South Florida 4:30. Tonight in South Bend, Notre Dame against Texas A&M. All those are top 25 affairs. Foguth Financial Group is the proud wealth management partner of Michigan Athletics. To celebrate, they're inviting retirees and pre-retirees to attend a night out at the Big House on Thursday, November 6th. Visit mgoblue.com/bighouse for more details. We'll recap the entire day in college football, get to the highlights of our game. There are a lot of them, and get post-game reaction from the locker room, all on the SeatGeek post-game show, guys.
49-3, Michigan on top here in Ann Arbor. Wolverines get the job done. 520 yards of total offense to just 86 for Central Michigan.
Yeah.
Total domination today. And, John, this is exactly what the doctor ordered coming off the Oklahoma game. The team held a players-only meeting during the week. And talking to Sharon on Thursday, Coach Moore, and he said, I don't know what was said because it was players only.
Yeah.
But the captains met with him, wanted to do it, and he heard good things about one player in particular speaking to his teammates, Derek Moore.
I mean, there's a reason he's elected captain. And, I mean, this is a week where you got to have your captain step up. And whether it's a players-only meeting, it's setting the tone at practice. And the defense has certainly been able to do that. They've got 5 3-and-outs to this point. They added another one there where they didn't convert on a fourth down. They've got 2 drives where they actually extended drives, that 81-yard drive for a touchdown, and then they've got another one for 6 plays, total of 7 yards.
Seeing Josiah Edmond in there for the first time. Chase Taylor as well on the Michigan defensive linebacker, a freshman. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. CMU is going to go QB run to the left side and get a yard, maybe 2, before Rayshawn Berry. Labison at quarterback there on the quarterback run. 2.5, second down.
Yeah, when you're going with 3 bigs up front, I mean, it's really hard to find room to run, and those guys right now are doing what they're assigned to do, and that's take on blocks, get stalemates at the line of scrimmage. If you can come off, but if not, hey, you've got to be able to allow those linebackers to roam around and make plays.
Second down and 7. Labus in a shotgun, pistol formation. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, steps up in the pocket as it collapses, delivers, and it's picked off! At the 48-yard line, it's Elijah Dotson, the freshman out of Belleville. who pulled that one in, and wow, what a catch.
What a play.
Yeah.
Oh, the kid's got to be thrilled.
You see those hands? That just shocked me there.
Yeah, well,
What's
and
he
the
doing
shot
on defense?
I mean, a great job by Dotson of being able to read the quarterback. He's in the receiver's hip. That ball is thrown, 2 yards behind him. He hits the brakes and pulls it in with one hand.
Wow. What a catch from Elijah Dotson.
That was filthy.
And he was dropped right at the 48-yard line of CMU. And we see Jaden Davis in at quarterback for the first time, and Michigan leading 49-3, 2:26 to go, third quarter. Davis claps his hands, takes the snap, hands it off to Justice Haynes. Now he's over 100 yards down to the 40-yard line of the Chippewas, a gain of 7 on first down, where Ricard brings him down, give him 100 yards rushing. He will check out. And we see Bryson Cusdahl in the game for the first time.
Yep.
First time this season. A walk-on who really impressed them out of Forest Hills East High School, junior from Grand Rapids. He's in a pistol formation behind Jaden Davis on the 2nd down and 2. Snap, hand off to Cusdahl running left, cuts upfield at the 40. Now he's backing up across the 35, spun to the ground at the 34, and moved the chains. Cusdahl's first carry.
Yeah. And a lot of talk about Cusdahl, a lot of talk about Jasper Parker, Micah Apana. Like, all of these guys are doing what they got to do to find ways to get in the game. But just right now, it's hard to do it with the way Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall have been playing. But this is their opportunity to show, hey, I can get in the game. I can actually hit some of those holes and pick up some yardage and turn the chains over.
Up front, Blake Frazier now in at left tackle. Lawrence Hattar in at right guard. Snap from under center here for Jaden Davis from the 34-yard line, and they're going to hand it off to Simpson on a jet sweep. 30, 25, and knocked out of bounds at the just shy of the sticks, or did he get the first down? It was Anthony Simpson, the transfer from UMass, just shy of a nope, they're giving him the first down at the 24-yard line.
I mean, it's just a nice job on one side where you've got Jalen Hoffman setting the edge. He's been the guy that they've turned to now that Max Bredesen is out of the game. He sets the edge, and it's where Simpson is able to gain some yards.
From the 24-yard line, 1st and 10, Jaden Davis in a shotgun pistol formation with Cusdahl behind him. Snap, handoff, Cusdahl, 25, 20. Road grading that Michigan offensive line as they push down to the 23-yard line. Another good gain on first down for Bryson Cusdahl.
Well, with so many injuries up front, I mean, with, Afobe and Brady Norton already trading on that right guard spot. We saw Guanera earlier today. I thought he played well. Now Hattar is in there. Blake Frazier's in there. These guys need to be game ready, and this is a great opportunity for them to get some quality reps.
And that was the final play of quarter number 3. Michigan leading Central Michigan 49-3 here at the Big House. We'll have the 4th quarter when we continue from here in Ann Arbor. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Double dynamite.
Tim McGraw. With special guest Travis Tritt. Friday, September 26th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. The Soaring Eagle Summer Outdoor Concert Series.
And it's a great
Join the Hill Party. Get your tickets now, starting at $58 at the box office or etix.com. Living it up with Tim McGraw and Travis Tritt. September 26th. SoaringEagleCasino.com.
45 Big Ten championships, 12 national titles. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day, he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Bad news here is a member of the Michigan family, former tennis coach Brian Eisner, passed away yesterday. Coached at Michigan from 1969 to 1999. He had 18 Big Ten championships, including 16 in a row. He was inducted into the Hall of Honor at Michigan and the Intercollegiate Tennis Association Hall of Fame. Brian Eisner passing away yesterday. Our thoughts are with his family. Meanwhile, here in the fourth quarter, 49-3, Michigan on top. And the Wolverines getting some depth guys some run here as they're knocking on the door in the red zone once again on a drive led by Jaden Davis. And another group of substitutions up front on the offensive line here. Blake Frazier, Lawrence Hattar getting some run. And we got Guarnera in at center here. Snap to Davis, handoff to Kuzdal running left. Ooh, he's got a seam down to the 10, down to the 7-yard line is Bryson Kuzdal, and the Wolverines will have it first and goal.
Wow, he is hitting that hole hard, doing a great job of getting north and south, and right now, especially on that left side with Nathan Afobe and Blake Frazier, boy, they're syncing up really well.
Is it Mikey Keenan at quarterback? No, my apologies. Jaden Browder in at wide receiver. Okay, the freshman split out wide left. Snap, handoff to Kuzdal up the middle. Road grading down to the 1. Boy, the push up front from this Michigan offensive line, John. I know you love it.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, and this is something that, like I said before, all of those guys, they are one snap away from being in the game.
Snap, handoff, Kuzdal up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. Bryson Kuzdal, his first career touchdown, and Michigan extends the lead to 55-3. Great moment for that young man who has earned his spot on the depth chart from walk-on to the third-string running back. And with Micah Apana hurt once again, you never know when a guy might be needed, as you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And Kuzdal with his first career touchdown run, and the Wolverines on to kick the extra point. Dominic Zavada out of the hold of Hudson Hollenbeck. Snap is clean from Greg Tarr. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
No passes on that drive. You had runs of 8, 6, 10, 6, 11, 6, and 1 to obviously get in the end zone. Great push up front.
Southeast Michigan Ford dealers getting their money's worth today as that 1-yard touchdown run brought to you by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. 7 plays, 48 yards, over 3 minutes and 25 seconds, 56-3 the lead. Early fourth quarter. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Nothing says home like Aunt Millie's. Whether it's in your cupboard, at your local Meijer, or even at the Big House. From pregame breakfast, tailgate sliders, or postgame victory food, Aunt Millie's is baking memories from their family to yours. Pick up all your Aunt Millie's favorites at your local store, or grab a hot dog or hamburger at the Big House to see what we're all about. Aunt Millie's, closer to home.
Michigan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Grand Traverse Resort and Spa presents the 30-second radio hour.
Looks like I found my true north.
Your true north is in the water hazard?
It's not where my shots fly, Bob. It's how my spirit soars when I'm up here.
Discover your true north moment on the 3 championship courses of Grand Traverse Resort and Spa.
Bob, lend me a ball?
No. Grand Traverse Resort and Spa. No truer north.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
Kohl's has the back-to-school styles that will spoil them at prices that will spoil you. From jeans and tees to sneakers and more, which means you can do it all without overdoing your budget. When you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Doug Karsch, John Jansen, Jason Avant. Back here at the Big House as Beckham Sunderland approaches the football and kicks it off from left to right. And that one will sail into the end zone and out of the back of the end zone for another touchback. And Central will take over at the 25-yard line, trailing 56-3 with 14:01 to go in the ballgame.
Now we'll get a chance to see some of these young guys on defense. And we saw in that last time defense was on the field, Dom Nichols was in there. See a lot more of Nate Marshall.
Troy Bowles in at linebacker. Shamari Earls is back in. He's coming off an injury, and he's checked in at the left cornerback spot. Snap, and rolling out to the right is Flores. Escapes a defender across the 25 to the 30. Scrambling to the 35, out to the 40, and the ball is out, and everybody's diving after it. Wolverines were in there. Michigan saying it's their football, and it is.
Great pursuit by Troy Bowles. He's the one that caught him from behind. Some missed tackles, some missed opportunities in the backfield. But Troy Bowles did a great job of hunting down the quarterback. And when he comes through, you got to punch, you got to rip. He swings at the ball, knocks it loose. Michigan ball again.
Recovered by Manuel Beigel.
Nate Marshall is injured on the play. They're helping him to the tent right now.
Yeah, don't like that. Michigan will take over at the Central 45-yard line, 13:50 to go, and they lead at 56-3. Jaden Davis continues at quarterback, and we see for the first time today the freshman Jasper Parker in the backfield, who will get the carry running left across the 40. Dances outside and fights for a first down at the 35-yard line. Move the chains. The first run for Jasper Parker goes for 10 yards. A bigger back there, 6'4".
Yeah. Had a chance to talk to Coach Alford earlier in the week, and, I mean, he loves Jasper Parker. And I asked him the same thing, like, how does he get more time? And for him, it's not about his skill. He may be the most talented back in that room. It's about being able to pick up some of the blitzes, being able to read the defenses a little bit more, things that you don't do in high school.
Snap, handoff to Parker as he sets up his blockers and puts his head down and plows forward to the 30-yard line, a gain of 5 yards. He attended the same high school's current Michigan wide receiver coach, Ron Bellamy, played for the same coach, Hank Tierney. Teammate of fellow Wolverine Jacob Washington at high school. Tony Alford said, we saw the film, they liked him, they were trying to figure him out. Then he went down and saw him live and said, oh yeah, when he saw him in person.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned 6'4", like he's built different.
Second down and 5. Snap, handoff to Parker, running left. A lot of running room as he gets close to the first down to the 26-yard line as Jasper Parker.
And
that'll be third and short.
One of the things that he does really well, we saw it on that first down run, it's his patience. Being able to get behind. We're getting a really good movement up front now by the offensive line, but getting in there and settling down and then waiting for something to open up. When it does, he's so quick to be able to hit it.
Michigan 6 of 8 on third down in this game. Looking at a 3rd and 2. Parker in the backfield off the right hip of Jaden Davis. 2 receivers split wide right. Unbalanced line to the right. Snap, handoff, running right. Jasper Parker, first down inside the 20. And the Wolverines move the chains once again into the Central red zone with 11:48 to go and a 56-3 lead.
Churning out that ground game. It just does, even at this time, where you got guys in there that may be called upon. You don't never know. Maybe it's next week against Nebraska. It's down the road against Purdue, or when we get a chance to go to Wrigley against Northwestern. Some of these guys are going to be called upon to be able to go in and perform.
Handoff to Parker running left. 20, Oh, he got tripped up at the 16-yard line, and touchdown saving tackle as there was nothing but green turf in front of him. Victor Earl on the stop, a redshirt freshman out of Romeo High School.
He knew it too. He felt it. He thought he was going to break away and just got tripped up by a shoelace running around the left side.
Michigan 3 yards away from 600 yards of total offense today. Second down from the 16-yard line. Davis in a shotgun, takes the snap. Hands it off to Parker, running left. Makes one man miss and puts his head down, gets close to the first down at the 10. I'll mark him just shy. It's funny, I was talking to Coach Moore earlier this year, and I said, are you ever happy after a game? And he said, not unless we have 400 yards rushing.
367. We'll see if they get there. Not going to be able to get there on this drive, but plenty of time left.
3rd and 2 from the 12. Parker continues in there at running back. Jaden Davis continues at quarterback. We do see Connor Jones in there at right tackle. Snap. Handoff. Parker first down at the 10 to the 5. Parker towards the goal line, and he's chopped down just short, but Michigan will have it 1st and goal from the 1-yard line as Parker explodes up the middle. This kid looks good.
He does, and I think he caught the official off guard. The official was the 12th defender there. He wasn't able to cut back because the zebra was standing in his way.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Jaden Davis at quarterback, Jasper Parker in the backfield. Off the left hip of Jaden Davis. Snap. Handoff. Jasper Parker, and he's going to be short of a touchdown. Good penetration in the center of that defensive front for the Chippewas. It'll be 2nd and goal. Inside 9.5 minutes to go in the ballgame.
Now it's a chance for these young offensive linemen. What does it take to score from the 1-yard line? It's different. It's a lot different than it is to convert a 3rd and 1 at the 50.
2nd and goal from the 1. Jaden Davis in a shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off. Jasper Parker close to the goal line. He got chopped down. Officials running in, and indeed, touchdown, Jasper Parker. And the Wolverines extend the lead on a freshman touchdown run. Jasper Parker, 62-3.
Well, you got to love everything that you've seen from this offense in the second half. I mean, they set the tone early on, scoring on the first 2 drives of the first half. And then you always wonder, is there going to be a letdown in the second half? Is there going to be are there going to be some minor mistakes, just young players not in there, understanding what they've got to do, making a couple of errors? Not the case here today.
A couple other young offensive linemen. Ben Roebuck was in there. Caden Strayhorn was in there. Kick is up, and the kick is good from Dominic Zavada. The extra point makes it 63-3 here in Ann Arbor with 9 minutes to go in the football game. Wolverine drive, 45 yards in 9 plays, over 4 minutes and 50 seconds, concluding in a 1-yard touchdown run by Jasper Parker, brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Hey Michigan fans, is it time to upgrade your outdoor living space? As the #1 brand in premium decking, TimberTech scores big points for real wood looks without the costly maintenance. It will never rot, warp, splinter, or peel. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck can perform at the top of its game season after season. TimberTech, official decking and railing partner of Michigan Athletics. Order free samples at timbertech.com. That's timbertech.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs. For protection on the road and on the water. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
It's time to think Ford first. Right now, check out the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months, with only $369 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Payment includes $1,000 RCO cash and $1,000 trade assist. Offers are only valid on package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by September 30th. See dealer for qualifications and details. So lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months with only $369 cash due at signing. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Home like Aunt Millie's, whether it's pregame breakfast, tailgate sliders, or postgame comfort food, Aunt Millie's is baking memories from their family to yours. You can pick up all your Aunt Millie's favorites at your local Meijer. Aunt Millie's, closer to home. So, John, we mentioned earlier that 114 yards rushing for Bryce Underwood. The first Michigan quarterback with over 100 yards rushing since. Devin Gardner did it at Penn State in a 43-40 loss back in 2013.
Well, we were wondering that, and Jason Avant pulled that one out. Jason, you were right. It was Devin Gardner.
There you go. Can't talk about the rest of the country now.
There you go, number 8. Sunderland will kick off for the Wolverines here with a 63-3 lead and 9 minutes even to go in the ball game. And that one's fielded a yard deep in the end zone by Biggins, and the ball comes out to the 25-yard line.
Well, we have yet to see Hudson Holland back. 0 punts, but we've seen a lot of Dom Zavada with obviously the one missed field goal, but 9 PATs.
Yeah, snap hold. Holland back is the hold. So we have seen him hold.
We have seen him, yes.
Held.
He has touched the ball.
Yep. First and 10 for the Chippewas from their own 25-yard line. It's Labus at quarterback, and he'll hand it off up the middle to Townsend, who gets it out to the 27-yard line. Brock Townsend, a freshman out of Caledonia. And Benny Patterson on the stop for the Michigan defense. Gain of 2.
Yeah, it's nice to see some of the young guys. Benny Patterson getting a chance to get a little of experience. And that's the one thing. Wink absolutely loves. I don't know if I've talked to another coach. In fact, I was just talking to him Wednesday at practice. And he loves moments like this where guys who have put in all the time get a chance. He gets to empty the bench. It's one of his favorite moments about being a college coach now.
Snap and a toss pitch to Townsend, and he's dragged down by Chase Taylor, the freshman out of Ellenwood, Georgia. Give him a stop, no gain. Biff Poggi's got to be enjoying himself. In spite of the fact that Michigan politely requested that he wear sleeves today, hasn't impacted the performance of the football team at all.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't go with the Wink look. Wink never wears the sleeves.
No, but he has an undershirt underneath. I think Poggi likes going no undershirt. Third down and 7 here for the Chippewas. Labus back to pass. Going to let it go down the far side, and he's got his man caught out near the 50 for a first down. I believe it's to Corian Temple. Oh, my apologies. Justin Ruffin on the catch. 9, not 8. And it was Kanoya Winston on coverage there for Michigan. Ruffin, a freshman, his first catch of the game.
Nico Andergetto is in the game and did a great job of applying pressure. Bought a secondary safety off the edge of the line of scrimmage, puts a hit on the quarterback.
Clock running, 7:03 to go. First and 10 Chippewas from their own 47. Davis hands it off to Townsend, running right, 45-50, and he's chopped down right there. A pair of Wolverine defenders, including Jordan Young. He was in there. Also Winston on the stop, gain of 3.
Chibi and Wuna been there as well.
Everybody loves seeing the bench get emptied, except for perhaps the people who are in charge of the participation charts.
A lot of numbers.
Yeah. Second down and 6. Snap. Labus has it. Handoff up the middle. It's Townsend into Michigan territory. Gain of 2 down to the 48-yard line. Townsend with another carry. Dominic Nichols leading the Michigan tacklers. That'll be third down and 5 for the Chippewas with 6:04 to go. Clock running. Tom, weird Michigan schedule this year is Michigan doesn't have back-to-back home games all season long. It's only happened twice before in Michigan football history.
Tailgaters are loving it. Get a chance to get out there early, and have a week off.
They're down in 5. Latest back to pass. Hits a man on the slant pattern close to the first down. I believe that was Ruffin again, and indeed he gets the first down. Jordan Young in coverage there gets the stop.
You ready for a little bit of a quiz time?
Oh, am I ever.
The last time that we rushed for 400 yards. We're currently at 378.
I don't know, Jason, you got the last trivia question, so I don't know.
The last time we rushed for 400?
400? It had to be one of those playoff teams. They love to run the ball. Hand off to Townsend up the middle, gets a yard, maybe.
It was the second playoff team, October 15, 2022 versus Penn State. Rushed for 418 yards.
That game was here, correct? Yeah, that one was here.
Yeah.
Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards went crazy.
Yep. I got a couple more for you, but I don't want to jinx it because they're 60-plus point games. Well, we could say that. We got 60 points. I'll get that one to you here in a minute after this play.
Second down and 9 for the Chippewas from the Michigan 42-yard line. Snap, handoff, and no gain. Okay. Swarmed under at the line of scrimmage as Townsend again. Let's check that Rose on the carry. Bobby Kanka in there with the stop.
Last time Michigan scored more than 60 points in a game.
Last time Michigan scored more than 60?
Yep.
At Rutgers.
No. But I know which one you're thinking about.
Yeah.
That would have been in 2016.
Third down and 10 here for the Chippewas. Snap, and they're going to run it and get nothing. Boy, shooting into the backfield there. Is that Andrew Ghetto?
Yep, Andrew Ghetto. I mean,
they're
using him as an attack dog. They've brought him off the edge. They're blitzing him through the middle. So the last 60-plus point game for Michigan would have been versus Northwestern, 63-10. September 18. Oh, sorry, no, Northern Illinois. Sorry, if I could read better, it would be all right. Northern Illinois, 9/18/2021.
Wow. Fourth down and 10. The Chippewas are going to go for it. Back to pass. Is Flores. He's going to let it go as he's hit down the far sideline. Incomplete. And coverage down there is Shamari Earls, the freshman, who's coming back from injury. And Michigan will take over on downs with 3:08 to go in the ball game, up by 60.
So you want one more?
Do I ever?
Okay. So
we got to take a break.
We'll take a break when we come back.
Wolverines leading it by 60 here at the Big House, and they get the football back when we continue. You're listening to Michigan Football from Learfield.
Need plastics? Alro Plastics is your source for cut-to-size performance plastics. Our inventory includes sheet, rod, tube, grating, and plate. We cut and ship many orders the same day. Since 1987, Alro Plastics has provided value-added processing to meet the most demanding fabrication requirements. Whether your business is large or small, we will provide you with competitive pricing, technical support, and superior service. Learn more at alro.com/plastics.
A lot of life can happen between sips of Dasani. You know, the life moments, big and small, that are worth getting thirsty for. Like organizing a family movie night under the stars. Or hearing an old favorite song and having an impromptu dance party. Or finding a new dinner recipe that the whole family loves. The crisp, clean taste of Dasani was made for all of life's thirst-worthy moments. Dasani, because life happens between sips.
If you haven't listened to the Defend the Block podcast, here's what you've been missing.
Liv Olson here with us.
People coach recruits, and she wants to build a strong culture, and then that helps fit into the little puzzle of our chemistry and playing well together. So I think it wasn't as hard as people thought it was going to be for us to mesh.
Defend the Block, covering Michigan basketball all year long on MGO Blue Podcasts. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Any true Wolverine knows you're a Wolverine for life.
At Greenleaf Trust, we believe in that same lifelong commitment. With a 99% client retention rate, our relationships span generations, just like your loyalty to the Maize and Blue. We specialize in goals-based wealth management, trust administration, and retirement plan services for today and generations to come. Because staying true isn't just a Michigan tradition, it's our tradition too. Learn more at greenleaftrust.com and go Blue.
An in-state showdown is on the air. It's Michigan and Central Michigan, live from the Big House. Today's broadcast is presented by DTE Energy. Participate in energy efficiency programs and rebates to lower your bills. DTE has tools, tips, and resources to help you save on energy. Small changes lead to big savings. Learn more at dteenergy.com/saveenergy.
Von Karst, John Jansen, Jason Avant back at the Big House. Michigan on top of Central Michigan 63-3 as the Wolverines have put in Jake Garcia at quarterback and Thomas O'Mara with the carry there. Ty Hagood, the true freshman's in on that offensive line with 2:38 to go, and Michigan up 63-3. Garcia's first snaps for the Wolverines, takes the snap, hands it off to O'Meara, who trips up as he tries to break it outside. Had a lot of green turf in front of him, close to the first down, and they're going to say, indeed, he's got a first down.
So
all right, here we go. What do you got?
I've got that 60-point game against Northern Illinois, 63-10. The date is the key here. September 18, 2021. Who got a game ball for that game?
I have no idea.
That would be one Teddy Jansen. Got a game ball from Jim Harbaugh because he was born 2 days earlier.
Nice.
And I left the game to go pick up Lisa and Teddy at the hospital and take them home.
Wow.
So that was the last time they scored 60 points. And I think we're probably safe to say this. The last win, because they're up by 60 now, 63-3. The last win by more than 60 or more. And I told you a key to this one earlier when you guessed.
Rutgers.
Okay.
What was that, 2007?
2016, 78-0.
Okay. All right, Wolverines at the 2-minute timeout, leading at 63-3. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. This last call is presented by Founders Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. It's not a Michigan game day without a Michigan-made beer. Founders Brewing Company, welcome to craft. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No. First base!
Go, go, go!
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Win with UMCU. Score a financial touchdown with the University of Michigan Credit Union's Go Blue checking account and get your exclusive Block M debit card for the extra point. UMCU's Go Blue checking account comes with no minimum balance, no hidden fees, and with the Block M debit card, you can show off your Maize and Blue wherever you go. Join today, Michigan fans. Visit umcu.org. That's umcu.org. UMCU is insured by NCUA.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, exclusive freight partner of Michigan Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Experiencing a Wolverines game is a lot like life. We honor traditions. We shed tears for a loss, but also for a win. And every time we step on the field, it's a chance for greatness. Farm Bureau Insurance sees the connection and is a proud sponsor of University of Michigan Athletics. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
Before we continue, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Michigan football from Learfield. Wolverines are taking knees now inside. 2 minutes to go. Jake Garcia takes the snap and downs it. It's time to spotlight today's best in the game, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Best in the game today for the Wolverines, John?
We're going to go with Bryce Underwood, freshman quarterback. 349 yards of total offense, 235 through the air, 114 on the ground on only 9 rushes, and that 235 came on 16 completions, 25 attempts, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I know he'd love to have that one back, but those are the plays that you got to have to learn from.
As Garcia lines up and takes a snap and has to kill a few seconds before he takes a knee. With 1:06 to go. Let's preview the upcoming schedule, brought to you by Meyer. Nebraska next week, John.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one for them. Start the Big Ten off, and we all know their quarterback, Raiola, he's a big threat. And we saw him play a couple of weeks ago. I know that they're taking care of business right now with an FCS school, so it'll be fun to dig into that film and head out to Lincoln.
Well, let's make it clear. Today is exactly what the doctor ordered for Michigan football going into that game.
Yeah, it should be confidence built all around on both sides of the ball, as well as the position groups, offensive line, quarterback, receivers. I mean, this is one of those confidence builders, and you just love to see it for these guys.
Garcia takes the snap and takes the knee with 26 seconds to go. And they stop the clock. Is that turnover on downs?
I believe so.
So turnover on downs, and Central will take over from the Michigan 46-yard line with 26 seconds left in the ball game. That opponent preview of the upcoming schedule brought to you by Meyer, presenting sponsor of the 2025 Michigan football season and proud supporter of hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. Now it's Central's turn. They will line up and take a snap and take a knee, and this one will be in the books. Michigan improves to 2-1 on the season with a 63-3 victory today here in Ann Arbor against the Central Michigan Chippewas. Our Big Ten play looming. Wolverines come close to 400 rushing yards, but they finished with 381, 616 total yards today to 139 for the Chippewas. Michigan gets the win here in Ann Arbor. Lots to do in our post-game show, including conversation with acting head coach Biff Poggi from down in the Michigan locker room. John Jansen making his way there as we speak. Also, Jason Avant will head up there and talk to members of this Wolverine team, victorious today 63-3 over Central Michigan. Of course, we have analysis from Jack Miller and Brian Bush anchoring our coverage, scores from around the country as well. Stick with us